Marie, how are you?
JJ's here.
I know I see him.
What it do? Good morning, everyone.
I see him. Where are you, in beautiful Cedar City, Utah or something? Is that where you are?
Cedar City, Utah.
All right, but it's
Coming at you live.
opening day for basketball today, college basketball around the country. A little basketball fan, you're going to feel better about that after what happened on the football field the other day. I think you will. How's the trip? Everything good?
Yeah, nice flight into Vegas, fun 3-hour bus ride, and we're chilling at the Courtyard by Marriott now.
Of course you are. Yeah, nowhere else would you be. All right, we're going to get into basketball. We will. We'll get there here in a little bit. Guest list today, 8 o'clock this morning, Danny Gonzalez, Lobo football coach, is going to be with us after Lobos take a lead into halftime in a different city in Utah. That would be Logan over the weekend. And special teams, I almost said I can't wait to talk to him. I mean, I'm not looking forward to this. But what on earth was that? So we'll talk with Danny at 8 o'clock. And then at 9 o'clock, Rob Bartz is going to be with us, JJ. We're talking soccer. How about that? Aggies are in the NCAA tournament for the first time in the history of their program for women's soccer, and their head soccer coach is going to be with us, Rob Bartz, at 9 o'clock after winning the WAC tournament coming out of nowhere. So there is postseason play for New Mexico teams. And it'll be New Mexico State. So we'll do that. That's your guest list today. All right. And the World Series is over, by the way. And the Astros were winners, and that was terrific as well. I'm starting with the Rams because it was disgusting. And what did Herm Edwards say? I know Herm Edwards is now a commentator again, and I know Herm Edwards isn't a coach anymore. But what's his most famous line? The most famous thing
to win the game.
All right. So the Rams get the ball back. They stop Tommy. They can't run the damn thing anyway. And the season is on the line. Okay? Is that fair to say? The season is on the line as you're sitting there in Tampa Bay and you're up on the GOAT and you can't move the ball because, well, it's typical because it's what you do in the second half. You disappear offensively. You've run the ball for 68 yards all day. Tommy you stopped him. And so they give you the ball back on 3rd and 5. Again, you can't find a play. You threw 0 to your tight end all day. You've got a Super Bowl
5 yards,
right? You can't
1 first down to close the game.
This is all about. Well, we're going to run the clock down. We don't want to give Tom Brady any time on the clock. You give him 44 seconds. It was plenty. You
with timeout.
With all due respect, that's not playing to win the game. The Rams deserve what they got. They're horrible, and they're going to be a Super Bowl champion that doesn't make the playoffs.
This has to be the catalyst, though, if you're Tampa Bay, to pull something out of nothing. Get that comeback from Tom Brady, drive down the field, and scoring the game-winning touchdown. The division is bad. Buccaneers aren't all of a sudden a team that solved all their problems, but at least that was a drive that should catapult them to the playoffs as opposed to the Los Angeles Rams getting pushed out of the playoffs. Because
they're done. Yeah, they're done. I look at it and I can't tell you how many people have asked me, how has it got so bad? How come the Rams look so bad? Why are they so lethargic? Well, because first of all, you can't run the ball. Show me a team right now that you feel good about in the NFL that can't run the football. Show me one. I mean, Kansas City can run the ball when they want to, whether it's with their quarterback or their 3 running backs. The Bills can run the ball when they want to. Show me somebody. Look what the Jets have done because they can run the damn football, right? And so that to me is where it starts. Now, are they hurt up front? Yeah, that's fine. They're hurt up front. But I'll tell you what, as much as you want to tell me that it looks like Tom Brady has regressed, how's Matthew Stafford looking to you these days?
Looks bad. It looks like he only has one dude to throw to.
One
Cooper
dude.
Kupp.
And why is that? They went out and got Allen Robinson.
Yeah, but that's on Stafford. That's on boy genius Sean McVay.
That's right.
To not work through this, to not figure it out, realize, all right, you're one-dimensional offensively. What happened to Tyler Higbee? Is he on this team anymore? Because he was catching some passes.
0 yesterday. 0 for your tight end.
And this is when you have to start thinking outside the box. All right, you can't run the football. How do we get our other players involved? How do we get some of the quick stuff going? Because when it's just Cooper Kupp or bust, that's how you end up being a 3-5 football team.
They're horrible. I just and I'm not even sure. I really struggled when we get to winners and losers. Who my number one loser was yesterday. I mean, the 1, 2, and 3. It's pretty easy who they are. But I thought it was easy. Number one, until the Rams just urinated down their leg in the last 44 seconds last night, and those pretty white pants turned into the yellow that they normally wear, and it was just disgusting. What? Tell me where I'm wrong.
No, that was just a great. Oh, I understand how you feel. I just.
You know what's crazy? So I hadn't
Oh.
seen my daughter all weekend.
Oh.
She's with her mom this weekend, and she needed to come over for something. And I'm pacing the living room, right? I'm
Man.
pacing.
Came at the game?
No, I'm pacing the living room. I've got my brand new 7-iron in my hand. I've been swinging it because I haven't been able to go out and hit them yet. Because I should have done that yesterday instead of watch that crap. But I should have played golf. But and she walks in, and I'm like, there's Tom Brady's got the ball. Rams are up by what was it, 3 at the time,
Yeah.
right? Or by 4.
Well,
Rams are up by 4. Tom Brady's got the
I think
ball with 16
5,
seconds
actually,
ago. It was 13 to 9,
Yeah.
4 points. And she's like, "What?" And the first play, I'm like, "I'm effing blah, blah, blah. Hi, baby, how are you?"
She understands.
I know she does.
Probably not the first
No,
time.
I know she does, and she was pissed too. All right. There was other stuff that happened yesterday, but like
Keep
I don't
going.
know.
This is great.
No, I can't wait to hear from Sean today
Oh,
because the Jets are legitimate, 20-17 over the Bill. I mean, like your biggest winner is going to be easy too. You guys can write this by Braille today. I mean, your biggest winners and biggest losers. It's pretty easy. The Jets ran the football. The Jets didn't turn the football over. The Jets turned over the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. The Jets have gotten themselves to cashing those receipts from a cute little look what the Jets are doing up there. Yeah, but Zach Wilson's their quarterback. To holy bleep, the Jets have got to be considered in the AFC.
They have to be. It's a team that you look at good coaching combined with quality drafting, and you set yourself up to win. And we know we've talked about Zach Wilson needing one of those moments. He did get a moment, leading him down the field, being clean with the football, overcoming an early turnover, but he completed 72% of his passes against a defense that we keep talking about is really good, but they gave up 174 yards on the ground, did the Bills. Look at Sauce Gardner, look at Garrett Wilson. So your first-round draft picks are doing a fantastic job. Zach Wilson, what I like about him, though, he's a confident kid. He toes that line between, the humble cocky. He has a little bit of that about him, like he's got the swagger, but he took a step forward. He threw the ball out of play. He lived to see the next down. That's still the formula for the New York Jets. But get a win like that, that solidifies you as a playoff team. That solidifies you as someone people don't want to play because of the way you run the football, because of how good they've been defensively. They made Josh Allen's life miserable, and we haven't seen many people do that this season.
They turned him over twice. He had two interceptions. He fumbled the ball but jumped on it. 18-34 for 205 and 2 interceptions, no touchdowns for Josh Allen. Nobody has done that to Josh Allen. Nobody has. And they're a half game back now are the Jets in the AFC East. And after they lost to the Patriots a few weeks ago, I think people thought, all right, you guys are a little too full of yourselves. You guys are cute. You're a nice story. You're a year or two away. Go find yourself a quarterback and then shut up and come back. And they went out and beat the bullies in the mouth. And I say bullies. The Bills are the new kids on the block. But I think most of you who are listening, and I'm put me in here. Oh, the Bills are the best team in the AFC, and they beat the Chiefs. And there's an argument that they were the best team in the NFL overall. They're playing a tougher schedule than the Eagles are. They're in a tougher division. Well, maybe not, but no. I think that was the rhetoric, and then you realize, well, no, that's actually really not true. But they went out and they beat those guys. Like the AFC is going to beat each other up. AFC is kind of Pac-10ish or Pac-12ish to me, JJ. Right? Pac-12 beats each other up. There's teams, which is fine because you don't have to be undefeated. But the Jets just put themselves in a position where you better put the Jets and the Dolphins in your mouth.
You have to. And the thing with the AFC, too, is why it's wide open. Like, you're still going to lean the Chiefs. You're still going to lean the Bills because in those moments of magic late in games, you're taking Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes. But those aren't complete teams either. Look at what Tennessee did with an angry defense, and they pretty much made Kansas City one-dimensional. You mentioned it. Mahomes was the running game when they needed it late. The 17-yard scramble, the touchdown run, the 2-point conversion, that was great. But that is really going to put some pressure on you when it comes to the playoffs if you can't run the football off your Kansas City. And for Buffalo, they have the same problem. They don't run the football. They're not a good running team, and it was all Josh Allen yesterday. And then defensively, they've given up their highest rushing totals against the last 2 weeks when you look at the Bills and the Packers.
The Titans will not be in my biggest losers of the weekend, but it's the biggest one that got away. I mean, that was a statement game again against the Chiefs team. Their defense was so good, and if they would have pulled that off with a backup quarterback, and the backup quarterback did nothing in the second half, and Chris Collinsworth said, and they got the ball, well, you want to know, you want to find out right now, don't you? I don't know if you found out long term. You found out now, right? Ryan Tannehill is a better solution for them right now. Can we admit that?
No question.
Okay.
The thing that bothers me is stop telling me Derrick Henry's not the passing down back. Derrick Henry's the best football player on that team. You have a quarterback that you are scared of. Yeah. They have him in bubble wrap right now. Yeah. I did not think Malik Willis was this bad. But the way they're treating him like he's the worst quarterback in the NFL. Yeah. They're giving him zero confidence.
Yeah, I don't know that he is that bad. I thought he was a playmaker, 5 of 16 for 80 yards, but they put it, to your point, they put him in that position, and I would have leaned on Henry more.
Derrick Henry has to be on the field. He cannot be standing there on the sideline in the second half. And I don't care if you need Dontre Hilliard, you're passing back in the game. Put them both on the field. Your wide receivers stink right now. A.J. Brown is laughing at you on Twitter because he's living his best life in Philadelphia.
But Bobby Tree's
Derrick Henry has to be on the
0
football field.
Yeah.
He can catch the football, but he has to be on the football field to help your rookie quarterback. He can't be sitting there looking all sad on the sideline. That's such a bad coaching decision by Mike Vrabel, who gets the most out of his teams. Yeah. That one I'll never understand.
So it's amazing, and we're going to go to break here, but looking at the receiving numbers for Tennessee, Okonkwo had 1 reception for 48 yards. Austin Hooper, I believe, is playing tight end, right? He's a tight end?
Yes, he is.
All right, so he had 2. Hassan Haskins had 1. So Okonkwo had 1 catch and Haskins had 1 catch. Has there ever been an NFL game where, well, I guess with a real quarterback, not that Broncos game where you had a receiver playing quarterback that time, where a quarterback only had 2 completions to wide receivers? That's
I don't think a wide receiver caught a pass last night.
Isn't Haskins a wide receiver?
He's a running back.
He is? Is it Okonkwo?
Yeah.
What's Okonkwo?
Tight end.
So 0 would be the answer. So Okonkwo and Hooper are tight ends. Haskins and Hilliard are running backs, and those were the 2, 3, 4, 5 receptions. Where's the other one? Yeah, that's all. He had five completed passes from a starting quarterback. And to your point, if he's going to be your starting quarterback, I got you at Derrick Henry. You only fed him 17 times. Let the man do something. We got so much to do today, you guys. So much. The World Series wrapped up with the Astros celebrating. We got opening night for basketball. The Lobos, men and women, both play Southern Utah. The men here in the pit. JJ's with the ladies in Cedar City. Aggies open up at home against New Mexico Highlands. We got college football to go through over the weekend. Tennessee, Georgia, LSU, Alabama, Lobos, Utah State. We have so much to get through, and the NFL. When we come back, more NFL. How you feeling, Aaron Rodgers? Is it time to relax yet? What? RELAX. Yeah, whatever. 8 o'clock this morning, Danny Gonzalez. 9 o'clock, Rob Bartz, the head women's soccer coach for NMSU, because they're going to the NCAA tournament for the first time in the history of that program. It's kind of a big deal as well. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, A. Marie, and Adrian. The number to get in today is 505-246-0610. That's area code 505-246-0610. Emails, Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal.
Makes a little sports analysis, pop culture.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Download the KNML app in the Google Play or iTunes App Store. Just search KNML.
You guys are cute on the correspondence. Somebody called the cops, Omar said. Report the Fight Queens. They stole one against Washington. Talk about a choke. Hey, Phil, and you win. You're all in purple today. You're 8-1 or 9-1 or 11-1 or 41-1 or whatever you are.
That was a good game.
It's a nice game.
And I don't know if anyone saw the refs blocking for the Commanders at one point.
I think Taylor Heineke said thank you.
I know. He should have.
I believe he thanked the official for that block. Another win for the Vikings, and nobody's talking about it. No,
that's fine.
The Seahawks might be better.
We're a
than
good
them.
team.
I mean, it is. How about Seattle? By the way, keeps on winning. That was a huge win for them. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, Amory, Adrian, glad you're with us. 246-0610. That's area code 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff or JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. It's opening day for college basketball season around the country. Lobo men will be home in the pit against Southern Utah. Ladies on the road. What time you hit the air this morning or this evening, JJ, from beautiful Cedar City, Utah?
6 o'clock.
He's in. They'll have Southern Utah. Aggies are home. New Mexico Highlands is who they will open up with down in the Pan Am Center. So you travel all day. Did you see any football? Traveling on Sunday is not all that fun.
No.
Well, got the red zone before the flight. The in-flight game was Bills Jets. So watch that for
because you get the New York channels. Yeah.
And then most of the bus ride was able to watch Red Zone. So there's very few moments we didn't have it on this scenic trip from Las Vegas to Southwest Utah.
All the ladies on the bus were watching Red Zone too. I'm sure.
Is everyone Red Zone blaring it?
They put it. Well, why did they just put it on the screen on the luxury bus that you guys ride in?
Think of that next time.
No, that's a good idea.
Okay, let's just hook this up. Red Zone.
Hey, are you guys cool if we just is that all right? That's how that's going to work. Miami 35-32. That might be the most entertaining game of the day. Dolphins and Bears. And you're like, all right, yeah. Tua was good again, 302 yards, 3 touchdowns. They put up 35 points. Justin Fields, the quarterback of the Bears, ran for 178 yards. So he threw for 3 touchdowns, ran for another in like a player of the week performance and a loss.
Had to play him in fantasy. That was fun.
Did you play against him?
He had Justin Fields and Joe Mixon. That's 52 points, and Joe Mixon had like 42 points.
You lost.
Yes.
I had Joe Mixon in one league. I finally had one of those dudes going off instead of going off against me.
Good for you.
And that game's not over yet. I still have to get some Lamar tonight. So what was more? All right, who had a more impressive day, Justin Fields or Joe Mixon? Let me tell you, Joe Mixon because he won, but Justin Fields was really, really insane.
Because bye. He's in the BUY. Bye. That's what I'm talking about. Buy the stock of Justin Fields.
BUY.
I've loved him since the draft.
Not BYE, not BYE, but BUY.
Yeah. I've loved him since the draft. He can make all the throws. He's ridiculously athletic. And rushing for 178 yards, guess what? No other quarterback has done that in the NFL in the regular season. Not Michael Vick, not Lamar Jackson. It's Justin Fields. And he's making passes. And it wasn't just, oh, look, Chase Claypool is here. No, they've been calling better plays the last few weeks. How about that? An offensive staff that's getting better as the season goes on, utilizing Justin Fields. That big touchdown run he had it was a scramble. It was a passing play. Did that little hezzy at the line. Blue blasted everyone down the field. He's looking confident. They're allowing him to attack down the field. Cole Kmet had 2 touchdown receptions. So all of a sudden,
he's utilizing Mooney finally.
Yes.
I mean, Mooney was like non-existent for the first 5 or 6 weeks.
He
was the leading
aggressive
receiver last year, and I don't know if it's Claypool there opening it up a little bit for Mooney or what it is. But I went into the season thinking Mooney might be the weapon that in the league this year that kind of excels himself. I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but jumps onto the scene. I thought at the end of the year last year, Darnell Mooney was terrific, and he was non-existent for the first 5 weeks. And now, and maybe it is, to your point, the evolution of Justin Fields, the maturation of Justin Fields, the development of Justin Fields, but then you throw another receiver in there that they got to worry about, and all of a sudden, that's a formidable offense.
And that was pass interference on the final play. Chase Claypool getting pulled down, but they don't call that. I think with like under 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, they stopped calling pass interference in the NFL. But it's realizing that you have an immensely talented quarterback that stop making excuses and start calling the game for him. They've done that over the last few weeks. The offense has been explosive. You got 2 good running backs in there, and all of a sudden you're like, yeah, the Bears are pretty entertaining. And that game was decided by special teams when they gave the punt block touchdown. And it's 1-2 if you're looking at the Bears. and you're sitting there going, oh man, maybe they need to be a little bit better here. They traded 2 of their best defensive players away, so that's probably a reason too if you're wondering where the pass rush has gone. But it was a great day for Justin Fields, who has 3 straight weeks of playing really good football.
Another Justin Herbert and his team got away again, and I'm gonna give them credit because they're winning close games. And I know they Charger it, and I know they're the damn Chargers, and I feel like 2 of those games were given to them, and I'm not sure. I think Atlanta played incredibly well down the stretch, but the Chargers went on the road, and they are 5-3. They are a playoff team right now. They're without their 2 top receivers, both Keenan Allen, who's been out almost all year, except for the first half of the first game. Mike Williams was down as well. Austin Eckler is – I would tell you put him in the MVP conversation. All I hear in the MVP conversation, I only hear Allen and Mahomes, and really that's it. And sometimes Tyreek Hills, but Austin Eckler, I think, has really been the difference for them. We haven't heard a lot of Justin Herbert's ribs, but I got to believe he's still hurting a little bit. He's been good, not great, and they just keep winning. And a win on the road against what was a first-place team, and you might not be impressed with what the Atlanta Falcons are, but the Chargers have won 4 of their last 5 games, and their only loss was that Seattle game. Now they're going to get tested now. Here come the 49ers and the Chiefs, but then they get the Cardinals and the Raiders. So I'm going to tell you, as much as I'm not a believer nor fan of what they do and how they do it, they've squeaked out some wins the last few weeks, and they're sitting there as a playoff team. I thought it was a huge win for the Chargers yesterday.
They needed it. Fourth quarter Chargers. They've been on the opposite side of that. They haven't been the team that's been making plays. They've been the team that's taken advantage of the mishaps to win a couple of games. But you got to have yourself in position to create your own luck. They did that. Joshua Palmer stepped up, had a big reception on that final drive. Justin Herbert was good, looking more like himself in this game, making plays downfield. I really like the decision-making in the red zone with not just running Austin Eckler, but the nice little play-action play for the easy pass to Eckler that they scored on as well. And this is a team that is ridiculously banged up. They lost 2 more players in yesterday's game, and they're still fighting. They're still grinding. They know they have enough talent to get by and to compete. They did that yesterday. And get this, Jeff, for the Atlanta Falcons. Since 2018, 13 times they've been a 500 football team and then lost the next game. 13 times they've had a chance to go above 500, and they haven't got it done.
And they didn't get it done yesterday. All right, when we get back, here's a team that probably would love to be 500 right now. We're going to talk about the Green Bay Packers. That is a 4.5-game lead in the NFC North, and it's November 5th, 6th, whatever to 7th, whatever today is, early November. It's crazy to me how you got a team winning a division right now at 4-5, and then you got what's going on in the North. But that's the reality. And what is the deal with A-Raj? Because all I hear is you can't throw those balls. Well, he does. Well, they lost to that team, to the Lions, to the worst defense in the history of the world. Yeah, they lost to them. Do that coming up at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock. Danny Gonzalez is going to be with us. We'll talk about the Lobo loss at Utah State over the weekend. Rob Bartz, the New Mexico State women's soccer coach, they're going to the NCAA tournament for the first time in the history of their program. That's coming up at 9 o'clock. How did that happen? It came out of nowhere, and it's a big deal for that program, so we'll do that at 9 o'clock. I ask you all the time, who's watching your home? Is it the good guys? Who's watching your home? The good the business, everything. Hope it's IPS. Bad guys are out there, you know. Property crime is on the rise. Officer shortage continues to be an issue, and crime is just an everyday occurrence. IPS is working on that all around our community. Aaron Jones started this company in 2006 because he's passionate about making his hometown a safer place to live and work by watching your home and watching your business with highly trained armed guards and 24-hour patrols. They will install an alarm system if you need one in your home or business. They will respond if that alarm system or any other alarm system that they're monitoring goes off within 5 to 7 minutes with trained armed security personnel. Don't let the bad guys come in and destroy what you've worked so hard to build. Committed to our city and to your protection, call IPS at 505-897-2420, 505-897-2420, or online at ipsglobal.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
There, am I getting Jameis? Who am I getting for the Saints tonight?
I think you're getting Andy Dalton.
All right. Who doesn't want to see a little more Andy Dalton in their life?
I mean, come on.
You get that tonight. We'll have it here for you. No, we won't. We have Global Women's Basketball tonight, don't we? So JJ will be on the air at 6.
Don't be sorry.
Yeah. So over on News Radio KKOB, we have Global Men's Basketball. Robert Portnoy and Hunter Green will have that call from the pit. Lobos open the season against Southern Utah. JJ will be on the road with the ladies in Cedar. Where are you?
Cedar City,
Utah. That's what I thought. It was coming out of my mouth. It sounded wrong. He's in Cedar City, Utah. Ladies will be at Southern Utah. And
past Utah Tech, and then you run into Southern Utah.
Did you go past Utah Tech?
Yes.
All right. Southern Utah, they are the
Thunderbirds.
Of course they are. See? Aggies will open up at home tonight against New Mexico Highlands. All right. Your easiest bet on the board was the Packers, wasn't it? Like if you were just picking winners, if you were in a survivor pool this weekend and you were still alive, was the easiest winner pick on the NFL board this weekend the Packers?
Yes.
Bengals.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
Bengals was easy too, and they beat the but the Bengals were coming off that loss on Monday night to the Browns. I'll tell you, I'll make the argument that the Packers were an easier pick. Now they had 4 losses in a row, but here was their get well game against the Lions. I'm looking at a Bengals team who looked bad on Monday night against the Browns, against a Panthers team who fought tooth and nail in overtime last week to the Falcons. I might have. So for me, it would have been Packers, but okay. Easier one for you was Bengals.
The Panthers aren't good. It was they had
Neither
their
are
moment
Lions.
of hoorah. We're fighting hard. PJ Walker. There's a reason the dude was in the XFL or whatever.
Yeah, but neither. I mean,
The
it's
Packers could not score against the Lions. You know how many points the Lions give up?
Like 47 a night.
A night.
I know.
And Aaron Rodgers, this is goodbye tour.
So 15, what was it, 15-9? Was that the number?
Yes.
Okay, so I listen to all this I listen to the commentators tell me about, well, Josh Allen and I thought he was getting better, but you can't make that throw. And look, man, okay. I love people who sit there and overreact to one play. One of our frequent callers sent a text out after the Lobos' first play of the game the other day. Or their first touchdown, and they've overreacting to one play. Aaron Rodgers still makes those plays.
He made a bunch of them.
This is it is hard. It is hard, bang bang in the moment to play this game. Aaron Rodgers 3 interceptions yesterday, and most of them were brutal. They were
all on him.
Yes,
yep.
All on him.
Absolutely.
Yes,
underthrowing, overthrowing.
Yeah, I don't know how you look at it
been throwing.
Yeah. He was 23 of 43, 291, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions yesterday. They lost to the freaking Lions. And he had the ball at the end of the game with a chance to erase the whole thing and make it happen, tell everybody to relax. And you know what didn't happen? He didn't go down like Tom freaking Brady did in 44 seconds and win the game.
Well, and on the other hand, Tom Brady, his receivers are dropping balls. That's not on him.
Yeah, they're dropping balls. Look, this wasn't...
Aaron Rodgers was not throwing the ball well.
So you're going to blame this one on Romeo Doubs, who hurt his ankle on the first play of the game? Is it his fault?
No.
How many drops did we have yesterday? There were a few. Christian Watson dropped a couple balls. Or was it Watson? They had a few.
This is all Aaron Rodgers.
You're
in the red zone.
Rodgers.
You're throwing the football off the linemen's helmets.
Yeah.
Which isn't the first time it's happened this year.
An offensive tackle, and you
underthrow
a pass over the top that wasn't even going to be a completion. Anyway, Adrian Hutchinson makes a fantastic defense play, the defensive end on the pass, intercepting a pass intended for an offensive tackle. The throw was it Tunyon, I believe he was targeting number 85 on that third interception.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't there. It wasn't there at all. It was a late throw. Secondary player comes over, makes the interception. Like Aaron Rodgers was bad, and there was nothing to point at in this game of, oh, let's look over here. Oh, it's my young wide receivers. Oh, it's this guy who was hurt. No, Aaron Rodgers was bad. And if you're Matt LaFleur, you got a Lions team that's giving up a ton of points. Why don't you just keep it simple, pound the football, use Aaron Jones? I don't think A.J. Dillon exists anymore in this offense.
And I don't understand
Dillon
that.
had more carries. He had 11 carries for 34 yards. Jones had 9 for between them, they had 20.
That's not enough.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, why
Rodgers
you
threw the ball
keep
43
insisting
Look
on
what
throwing
happened
football
last
when we
week.
see
You
there's
kept
no
up with the
weapons?
Bills. You made the Lions look like they have the best red zone defense in the NFL yesterday.
Rodgers threw the ball 43 times yesterday.
And only completed 23 of them.
Well, Jeff, he's got no one to throw to. Well, then why throw the ball 43
why are
times?
you throwing
when
it
you get-
43 times?
That's ridiculous.
I think we're all on the same page here. Who looks worse right now, Rodgers or Brady?
Rodgers.
Why? Because Brady had that one drive because the Rams played off and gave
No,
him
not
everything
'cause
he
of that.
wanted. Did you see the damn defense they played? Back off. Let a guy have the. Oh, never mind. So you really? I'm not sure that answer is so simple to me. I think they both.
Because right now it is one drive.
Yeah.
That's what we're working on.
I guess if Rodgers would have had one
Absolutely.
drive, he'd have won the damn game, right?
Yeah. They both had the same exact moment to execute. And Tom Brady did. Aaron Rodgers didn't yesterday.
Brady got a second chance. He didn't do it the first time, and the Rams gave
And
it right
Brady
back to him.
has the receivers, too, but they're not catching balls, though. That was bad yesterday.
Yeah. The Packers are in trouble. I see a scenario, and look, now the Buccaneers may end up being the 4th seed in the NFC because
I know,
who's winning
it's
that
just-
division.
Oh.
You know
The
what?
Falcons?
If New Orleans wins tonight, though,
It'll be tied. I don't know who has won more in the division, but they'll have the same record.
we're early. We're super early. I mean, we got half a season to go. Hell, I'm not sure it's as easy to me. Tommy looked better on the last drive last night. He looked like himself again. Looks like maybe the divorce is, well, he's still going through it. It's at least it's out there. He knows where it's going. He's not trying to save his marriage anymore. It's you know what I mean. You know where I am on that. That kind of stuff affects your life like it does. So can you just put it by you? I think once you know where it's going, as opposed to the not knowing, I don't know, just trying to save it. You know,
They also can't run the ball either, though.
They
So
can't
these
run the
teams are
ball
making
either.
them one-dimensional,
they
too.
flat
These
out can't run the ball.
Hall of Fame quarterbacks, these power offenses that we've been scared of for years, they're becoming one-dimensional because of teams, and they're just not. It's a weird time. It's a weird time in football.
Tommy
it's a weird time.
He threw the ball. Let me say this again. Okay, how about if I say it once? 58 times he threw the football.
That is
yesterday.
ridiculous.
Tom Brady threw the ball 58 times. You know why? Because they ran the ball for 51 yards. Tom Brady was 36 for 58.
That's not as bad as the Aaron Rodgers games.
No,
'cause
that
Aaron
wasn't.
Donald's still in the middle for the Rams.
No, that's fair. By the way, 58 times and they scored 16 points. It's insanity.
They were
What's going
credited
on?
with 6 drops. Were the Buccaneers yesterday?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Like you mean the one that hit Scotty Miller in the chest?
Well,
in the
his
end zone?
helmet, yeah. No.
Well, I mean, look, man, if it was an arrow, it would have killed him, for crying out loud.
Jesus.
How much better
one
you
of my
want Tom
favorite
Brady to
things.
throw the
I
ball?
love that.
It's a-
If that was an arrow, it would have killed the wide receiver.
I
Good
use that
thing it
during
wasn't.
That's funny.
play-by-play broadcasts every once in a
No,
while. I'll throw that in there.
I
And
haven't heard that one from you, Jeff.
almost
and
invariably, the color analysts will look at me like, "What did you just say?" Like when a guy, if it was an arrow, it would have killed him. Yes. 505-246-0610. 888-922-0610. We're going to talk global football. They lost 27-10 at Utah State over the weekend. Coming up at 8 o'clock, Danny Gonzalez is going to be with us. Next up, they're going up to the Air Force Academy. Falcons won the Commander-in-Chief Trophy over the weekend with a hard-fought win over Army. So we'll do that coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. 505-246-0610. Come on in. Let's get through the NFL as well. Raider fan, I mean, you gotta want to puke too, for crying out loud. Did you see who you just lost to? You're done. You're done. In that division, with all due respect, and they should not be that damn bad. Neither should your hairline. Many men I guess mine should be either. Many men, many women struggle with hair loss. Don't know where to go, what to do. If you're concerned about thinning hair, you should know about industry-leading, cutting-edge treatments to reverse that trend and restore hair. New Male helps men and women feel better and look better by getting their hair back. New Male's medical professionals will walk you through the process, and you'll choose the procedure that works best for you. Platelet-rich plasma hair therapy that uses your own platelets to stimulate stem cells, deepen your hair follicle. It stops hair loss and regrows hair. They have an FDA-cleared clinical hair restoration laser that's proven to regrow hair, and a NeoGraft hair transplant, which produces natural-looking results in less than a week. There's no linear scarring. Men, ladies, the number's 505-652-1688, 505-652-1688, or online at NewMail, NUMALE.com. And guys, NewMail also helps men all over the country deal with problems like fatigue and depression, weight gain, even erectile dysfunction. Their testosterone replacement has been feeling better and performing better. Time to deal with those things. Call NewMail. Schedule your appointment right here in Albuquerque. 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688 or online at newmail.com.
Cheshire will set Chris Moore one more time. And the block did the job. Blocked by Carpenter. Kept up. Tough angle. Macias. No, it's dumped over instead by Kirkland. Cheshire. She'll set Chris Moore again. She's blocked again. Carpenter. Cheshire. Chris Moore. Another swing. This time she'll dump it over. Cheshire. She'll set in the middle for Carpenter. And she puts it away. That was the longest rally of the set, and it still goes to the Huskies. 24-14. Set point, Huskies.
But it falls right to the feet of St. Pius. Opportunity here. Vaughn. Spinaroonie. Shot. Score. 1941. Leo Vaughn gets a second.
Pepper. He's got Cordova again, and Brody Whitaker blows that play up so fast from the edge. For Babinski shut up in a goal.
Tries to dummy it through. It's loose. Opportunity. And it worm burns in.
Cheshire will set Chris Moore. Yes! The freshman connects again. Coverage. Oh, what a catch! See you later. Turn off the lights. Goodbye, baby. Touchdown.
Pardon me for Lozano. This time, Culpepper. He's got a man. Caught. It's again Tommy Lopez. Lopez breaks a man. And Lopez not stopped at the 3 this time. Tommy Lopez, he's got a huge touchdown.
That snap, Mariano picks it up. Great protection, going for a home run ball down the middle of the field. It's underthrown. Oh, what a catch! A catch and run for the touchdown for Trevon Williams.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
JJ's in beautiful Cedar City, Utah. Be glad you're not here today. There is a stench in this building this morning, JJ. Like, it's rancid. And it's so bad in here. We've had a bunch of people, like 9 or 10 people around here, had the vid. One of the guys who just came back from COVID said, well, at least I know I have my sense of smell back. That's how bad it is.
Someone leaves something in the trash.
No, dude,
can,
it's throughout the whole
broken.
building. No, and not just in this room or in this area. You walk in the building, it's like sewage smell in the building. Yeah, no, I'm going to guess the Courtyard by Marriott in Cedar City, Utah smells a lot better than this place.
They've done a good job. Nice room.
Yeah, nice room. But yeah, one of the COVID guys just came back. Well, at least I know I got my sense of smell back. 505-246-0610. Tony, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Maybe I'm just smelling the Rams defense. I don't know. Everything's all right. What's up?
Packers, the Raiders.
Maybe that weird smell that you're smelling is this NFL season. That could be it too. Because look at that Jets loss that Denver suffered, that Seahawks loss. It doesn't sting as bad anymore. You know, I mean, come on, the Jets beat the Packers.
Yeah. No,
I mean, the
Bills,
Jets beat Buffalo.
Bills, yeah.
You know, see, Seattle. Look how good Seattle's doing. So it stings because Denver had a shot in both those two games, but it doesn't sting as bad as everybody. It's not as bad as everybody's making out to be because look how good those two teams are playing.
Yeah, it still
yes or no?
It still stings because you had a chance to win and you peed down your own leg. But yes.
Exactly. But, this whole season is just, if nobody predicted Aaron Rodgers to take that big of a step back.
No way.
I mean, and Tommy, sorry, Edward, but Tommy doesn't look, I mean, yeah, he's older. I get it all, but, they're looking average.
Tommy had one drive because the Rams didn't realize, oh, you know what? Is he going to throw 15, 18 yards out because he has no timeouts? Let's let him do that all the way down the field. Oh, and then with 16 seconds to go and no timeouts. Oh, yeah, let's go with the play fake because, of course, they're going to run. Oh, wait, the tight end just leaked out. Oh, why would they run the football? What? Yeah, no, he looked great.
He took the words right out of my mouth, sir. Now with baseball being over, I never get too excited for the off season, but this year I am because I believe my Giants have like the second or the third most money to spend in free agency. They got to do something. They're just a year removed from winning 107 games.
Yeah, and then losing in the playoffs.
It should be exciting, but this whole football season, you never know what to expect, man. It's just
It's a week to week league, Tony.
That's all. That's just wow.
All right, enjoy the day. See you. I think Aaron Judge might end up with his Giants, which scares the crap out of me too, by the way. You don't think so? They got a ton of money. He's from relatively that area of the country. I think the Yankees pissed him off. By the way, I'm not going to lie. By the end of this thing, I was totally in on the Astros. We were in an establishment for the final out on Saturday night, and I was stoked for Alex and for Dusty Baker. And I know people were torn. Dusty Baker is almost impossible to not like. I mean, if there's some of you who don't like him, I'd love to hear why. And if it's because he was the manager of that team, I guess I understand, but he wasn't in the middle of that. He cleaned
Dusty
it up.
Baker's awesome.
He's awesome.
I think what frustrates a lot of people, Jeff, is there was zero repercussions for them cheating.
I get it.
Like, nothing happened to them. Like, nothing to the franchise, nothing say, hey, you have to overcome this. It was, oh, no, people are saying bad words to us. They're
well, they lost how many picks and they got fined, right?
They lost nothing that
and their manager and their
team.
GM basically lost their careers. But to your point,
that doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, you're
it doesn't
not wrong.
matter.
Yeah,
because you still have Alex Bregman and Jose Altuve and all these
Justin
fantastic
Verlander
players.
Still, yeah.
But there was nothing that directly affected them on the field, and I think that's the people that still hold that grudge.
Yep.
I think that is the thing they look at and say that's the most upsetting thing. Because then it just allowed a good baseball team to continue to be good because they were good regardless, but there was like zero effect on them when it comes to being able to get right back to winning.
Yeah, I think there's 4 or 5 guys left from that roster, right? It's Bregman, Altuve, Gurriel, Verlander. Is there one more? I think that's it. There might be 5. Everybody else has turned over. I know they're using the word dynasty down there. Certainly Mattress Mac is after his $75 million winnings on his bet. Good for him. That's quite dynastic. I'm not sure. Are you ready to go dynasty with them? They've been in 6 straight AFC American League Championship series. Are you ready to go dynasty on them yet?
We're creeping there.
I mean, it's pretty damn good, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Their pitching was unbelievable. Presley was great. Their Framber Valdez was terrific. They got clutch hitting. Pena was the MVP, who was so good. Alvarez with the big shots. Bregman all series with the big hits. I mean, they're going to be your favorites again next year, I would believe. Although, let's see what happens in the offseason. All right, Lobo football lost 27-10 to Utah State over the weekend. They were up at halftime. Special teams, I can't sugarcoat it. I don't know anybody can. Pick your word. That was the downfall. Second half was tough again. We're going to talk with head coach Danny Gonzalez as they get ready to go to Air Force next. That's coming up when you return to the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit.
Of the year, Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Bach.
Lobos were on the road facing the defending league champions on Saturday at Utah State, playing in Logan. They were up 10-7 at halftime and then end up losing 27-10. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. Special teams was really the story in this, and it was all slanted in favor of Utah State. It started off with the opening kickoff. Luke Wysong took the opening kickoff and walked out of the end zone to the 1-yard line. They got beat on a fake punt, a fake field goal for a touchdown, fumbled punt that completely turn the game, and that's where we are as Lobos get set to go play at Air Force Academy. Conversation with Danny Gonzalez is sponsored by the law offices of Rudy Chavez. If you need legal help and someone who really cares, call Rudy at 242-5500 today. Make your legal problems go away. Danny Gonzalez is the head football coach at the University of New Mexico, and he joins us this morning. Good morning, Danny. How you doing?
Good morning, guys. We're doing okay. How are you doing this morning?
We're well, thank you. I know you've looked back at the tape and you probably didn't. I mean, you saw it all live. I just want to go to the opening kickoff. Back end of a sophomore season, you're a veteran. What was Luke doing? He caught the ball. His protector was staying. He just kind of walked out to the 1 yard line. What on earth happened?
Well, what he said was he caught the ball and started to come out. Chad stopped him, so he stopped right there. And he said he's used to the referees because when you don't progress out of the end zone, they usually blow the whistle. He said so he was standing there. So when he didn't hear a whistle, he thought maybe he had stepped out of the end zone. So he tried to start running sideways, and by then they were all over him. And in that process of running sideways, he did step out of the end zone. So they marked there at the 1 yard line. So I mean, just a silly mistake that really was the beginning of a bad start to the football game. But the best part out of that, I mean, we give up that. We go 3 and out. We drop a ball on second down, and then we have a terrible punt. Now, the wind was it was around 30 miles an hour, and it played a big factor in the first half. And then they scored in 2 plays later. I mean, the defense has got to go out there and at least hold them to a field goal attempt, which we didn't. They scored on the second play, and it's 7-0. But it didn't affect our football team, which was a good sign. I mean, we battled our tail off, and for the rest of the first half, they had 42 yards of total offense. We scored 10 points, had an opportunity at another 3 points that we missed a field goal. And at halftime, it was 10-7, and we thought we were in a really good spot.
Yeah, and you got a Nate Jones game. Nate ran for 146 yards, ran physically. I thought he was good on his 21 carries. Did you think about going to Steinkamp on the long field goal at the end of the half?
So if we would not have completed that out route, it was going to be George. And then when we got to where it was around 52, that Luke, especially with the wind at his back, Luke had plenty of distance on that. It was about a yard and a half to the right of the goalpost. But, yeah, I mean, it was it was going to be either one of them depending on what we did with that last play. We were trying to throw it in the end zone, and they did a nice job. I mean, they were smart. They put 2 safeties back there over the top. So instead of throwing one into coverage and taking a chance at interception, he completed the out, which was good by Justin. Then we had a really clean opportunity at the field goal, and we just missed it a little bit wide to the right.
Danny Gonzalez, Lobo football coach, is with us. You talked about the wind. It was blowing as we were watching on our television from right to left. It was your left to right all day. And literally, so you played it. You had the choice in the second half. You were going to have the wind in the fourth quarter. And literally at that break is when the rain came, and it came in from the other way. And you were going against the wind the whole second half, both quarters.
It was unbelievable because it played a pretty drastic role in the punting game, in the kicking game. So we were going to, we told the team at halftime, hey, we're going to go against the wind in the third quarter. Offense, we're going to try and run the ball, kill the clock a little bit and be aggressive, but we were running the ball very successful in the first half. So that was kind of the continue. We weren't playing to play not to win. We were going to be aggressive, but we were going to try and control the clock and get through the third quarter. And we come out and we have a 3 and out, and then Cody Moon makes a nonsense mistake. We only had 5 penalties for 55 yards, and you say only because those 5 were such a critical penalty and such a senseless penalty. Those are the things that are really hurting our football team that we got to just eliminate. And Cody knew it was the second he came off the sideline as well. It wasn't a malicious deal, but it was senseless. And that actually led to an 88-yard touchdown drive that gave them the 14-10 lead, including the fake field goal. Our special teams was responsible for 17 points. And we've been really good in special teams. In 7 of the 9, I thought we outplayed our opponents. But on Saturday, that was a big part of us losing the game.
Now, Danny, you talked about the team battling back as they responded in the first half. But when you talk about those moments, personal foul, a young punt returner turning around trying to catch the ball over his shoulder, at what point do you start just looking at the guys and going, hey, we've laid it out for you, now you got to start growing up on the field?
Oh, there's no doubt. We've got opportunities to win games, and we're not making plays. And great players make great plays. You want to be a big time player, you've got to make those plays in the opportunity. And Jamarius Lewis, he misjudged it. He looked at it pretty good. He stepped up, and then all of a sudden the wind took it. They took it wild over his shoulder, and instead of letting it drop, he tried to catch it over his shoulder, Willie Mays style, and You can't do that, especially when in a game that's 14-10 at that point. Now, we had an opportunity. I mean, we didn't give up a touchdown on that drive, so we were still in the game. I mean, it was 17-10 until 7:44 in the fourth quarter when they kicked their field goal to make it 10, and we've still got an opportunity to go down there and score with enough time, but we did not. Obviously, we didn't make the plays that they did in the crucial moments of the game, and whether he's a true freshman or not, that's a mistake that he's got to grow up and play, just like you said.
Lobo football coach Danny Gonzalez joining us on Opening Drive. You know, Danny, we also didn't see Christian Washington, Sherrod White, Jordan Porter, some playmakers in this game. So Nate Jones and Justin Holiday stepped up.
Do you hear him, Danny? Can you hear JJ?
No, I hear the question. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dan. I'm just saying, you know, when you look at the way Nate Jones and Justin Holiday stepped up, I mean, also didn't have some players that were playing in terms of Washington, White, and then Jordan Porter, and you're just looking for playmakers. And what did you think of the players you had available in this game?
Well, I thought Justin did a pretty nice job. He was obviously better between game one and game two. We completed a couple of third and longs, which we hadn't been doing earlier in the year. I thought Nate Jones ran as physical as he's ran all year. He was probably a step short away from tying the game. We had a couple of opportunities, though, where if Justin would stay in the pocket, and that's all going to come from experience, we had Chad Alexander running down the sidelines, going to be wide open to tie the game up at 17-17, and Justin got a little spooked by one of the rushers on the backside and bailed out and tossed it to Andrew Erickson. I mean, we've got a couple of opportunities with some guys that are doing the right things. We've just got to execute them a little bit better, and especially when you have key moments in key games. I mean, this is a one-score game in the fourth quarter, just like the Wyoming UNLV, and we're not making enough plays in the critical moments to have an opportunity to win when the game's over.
JJ mentioned Sherrod White, Christian Washington, Jordan Porter. What's the stat? Were they all injured? Because I know those were certainly three of the guys that were suspended that one game. Is this disciplinary or is this injury?
No, Sherrod White had some family issues that he was not available. Christian Washington, I mean, you got to earn the right to play in practice. Then Jordan Porter just is not healthy yet. I mean, he just you watch him on Thursday and he kind of does some things. And if he's not full speed, he doesn't do us any good, any better than any of the other ones out there. And so he wasn't able to go. So we went with the guys that were able to go full speed and go out there and compete.
All right, Justin was 7 of 18 for 42 yards. He ran for 63. Evaluate your young quarterback's play after that game.
There's a couple of deep throws that he's got to complete that'll tremendously change our output on offense, what we're doing. That's just a matter of him staying in the pocket. I thought he did okay running the football. He's obviously aggressive. He's got to protect the football when we're at the 40-yard line. And there's still 7 minutes to go, and it's a 10-point game. We can't fumble that. No matter how you get hit, you got to crossbar it, take care of the football, live for another down so that we can keep going. I mean, we've had 3 games that are one-score games that we give up a score on offense that just it kills any opportunity we have to win. So he's got to do that better, take care of the football. And then I thought with CJ, we moved Colin James over to guard until we can get Issei back. Don't know if he'll be back this week or not. It's a broken bone and the non-weight-bearing bone that they're trying to get him to come along. But I thought Raston James did a nice job at center. Obviously, we ran the ball successfully, and those guys did a good job up front. We've got to stay in the pocket a little bit longer and throw some of those. Now in the last drive, I mean, they were teeing off on. I mean, they're sending more than we can handle. We don't have obviously good enough receivers to separate in coverage when they're going to send 5 and 6. So we've got to continue to, one, evaluate, find some better receivers as we move forward and in recruiting, and then 2, keep working on the fast tracker stuff. But it's the critical moments that we've got to make plays that we're not right now.
A couple more minutes. Danny Gonzalez, Lobo football coach, is with us. Danny, what happened on the 2 fakes specifically? I mean, the fake punt, they had a lot of room, and obviously they had a kicker run right up the middle and score a touchdown on a fake field goal. They saw something, I'm going to assume, on tape that they were able to exploit. But what happened from your perspective? No,
that's exactly right. I mean, give Blake credit. They did a nice job on the punt fake. We should have left the defense out there and just went safe and talked them out of it at that point. I was hoping we could get a return, but they got the fake punt on us. Now the defense did a great job in that scenario right there. We went 3 more plays and made them punt again, and they punted the ball back to us. So that one wasn't as big as the touchdown on the fake field goal. The fake field goal, they did a nice job schematically. If they would have, on that hash, they did a really good job with the personnel and seeing who was in there. And then they blocked it up right, and we didn't get off a block at linebacker, and they did a nice job on our defensive end. And give them credit, they schemed it up and executed in a crucial moment.
Danny, Air Force coming up next, and talk about it every single year. You know the challenge that is coming. Why is this offense so effective? Why is it so hard to prepare to play Air Force?
Well, the hardest thing is they've been doing it for over 50 years, and they have a prep school that runs the same offense. So they do. They're really good at executing what they do. They don't have to block everybody on the chalkboard, so it makes it that much harder to defend. And then they're a really tough football team. I mean, Coach Calhoun does a great job. But if you look at our league, I mean, it's the same thing I said all year. And I know it's a broken record and sounds like it, but I mean, Utah State beat them 34-27. UNLV beat them. Wyoming beat them. I mean, our league is so comparative across the board. What this is going to come down to this week is a gut check of how tough you are. I mean, if we can play good defense and run the ball and throw it over the top on offense, I mean, it's going to be just like it was the last 5 weeks. We'll have an opportunity to win the game if we don't make errors in crucial moments and critical moments of the game.
All right. I guess the key now is finding ways to score points, right? 10 points, isn't going to do it every week. So when you looked at it, and I guess we'll close it on this, you're running the football well. Nate ran the football well. When you look at it, I mean, I guess if you knew it, you'd do it, right? But when you look at the tape, how do you find a way to score a few more points?
Well, obviously our best players are in the backfield, so maybe finding some ways, getting them spread out a little bit. Christian Washington is expected to be back this week. Sherrod White should be back this week. I have no idea about Jordan Porter. We'll have to see how he is through the week on his foot. But putting those guys in different positions to try and give them opportunities to set some things up. I mean, we can continue to run the ball successfully, but we've got to be able to throw it in key moments. And that was what we did well in the first half on Saturday. We had 2 third and longs that Justin threw right in the pocket to Luke on one, to Trey on another, and we're able to extend drives. I mean, it's the first time. This is crazy. We went from 8 minutes in the first quarter, and we didn't punt again until 2 minutes in the third quarter. I mean, we finally had some success on offense moving the football. We missed a field goal in that stretch. We kicked a field goal. We scored a touchdown and had a lead. So we've got to continue to execute at that pace and then be able to throw some balls over the top to give us a chance to win, because you're right, 10 points ain't going to cut it, period. I mean, we need to be 24-28, and they'll give you a chance to win.
Yep. All right, Air Force is next. Actually, I'll see you up there. Safe travels up there against a tough team. Weather should be decent, and you got another opportunity to go get one on Saturday. Appreciate the conversation always. Appreciate you guys. If everybody in our town has a moment, today's a tough day for Blake Anderson. Today would have been Cason's 22nd birthday. Blake is Utah State's coach. Just give him your thoughts and prayers today. Talked to him this morning. Tough day for him, but you know what? He's that man has such strong faith, and it was a great opportunity to see him because I hadn't been able to see him since that tragedy happened. So just send out prayers for him. It's going to be a tough day for him, but we'll get out to work tomorrow, and it's going to be a fun opportunity up in Air Force. Thanks, guys. And what you did, and the rest of the rest of the coaches in this league did to support him was pretty special, and I know he appreciates that, and it just kind of shows the camaraderie and the kind of people that are in that league. So congratulations on kind of spirit. I think we've got a bunch of great coaches in this league, and all of them. It wasn't even a conversation. It was all, what can we do? And I mean, if it can help one person, then. Then Blake made his mission in honor of Kaysen, which is the best you can do right now. Yeah. All right. Enjoy the week. We'll see you up in Colorado Springs. You too. Right, safe travels. Thanks, guys. Go Lobos. Danny Gonzalez, the head football coach at Lobo Football. The Danny Gonzalez conversation was sponsored by the law offices of Rudy Chavez. Personal care for your legal issues. Call Rudy at 505-242-5500 today. Make your legal problems go away. JJ, what he's talking about is a tragic loss. Blake Anderson lost his son, Kaysen. The coaches got together. They all put money into a fund. As anybody who's got a kid can only imagine, losing your child, and it was tragedy. So that's kind of what Danny was talking about. All right, you can respond to that. 9:00. We'll talk women's soccer. Mexico State, for the first time in the history of their program, is going to the NCAA tournament. Rob Bartz, their coach, will be with us. NFL and college football next on opening day of hoop season around here. It's kind of a state holiday, isn't it? On an annual basis. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by News Nation. Chris Cuomo is back with a new show on a new network. Catch
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult.
Force was a winner. They played in Arlington, Texas, Air Force and Army. Falcons held on. They are now bowl eligible. They win the Commander-in-Chief trophy after already beating Navy. They beat Army 13-7. BYU won on the blue in Boise. BYU 31-28 over the Broncos. San Diego State and that big offense held on to beat UNLV 14-10, the Aztecs over the Rebels. San Jose State was a winner at home. They, too, are bowl eligible with their 6th win, 28-16 over Colorado State. And Fresno State obviously has turned it around. Boy, what getting back a all-conference quarterback will do for you. Jay Kaner was back, and he threw for 327 yards and 4 touchdowns. Bulldogs beat Hawaii 55-13. They're 1 win away from bowl eligibility. So that was the Mountain West. JJ, there was a lot of things in what Danny had to say. It's the opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. I guess the one thing that just is sticking out to me was the special teams. And the Luke Wysong play at the beginning of the game just set the tone. And he's not wrong. After that, they go 3 and out. They drop the ball. In the second play, boom, they get beat. But yet they're winning at halftime on the road in the home of the defending champions. They had an opportunity to win and then more mistakes. But I'm looking at him like that guy has got to know better than to just walk out of the end zone like that.
It's mind-blowing. Just take a knee, dude. Like, those ones, that is all on the player. And, Danny can sit there and talk about, oh, he thought this, he thought that. Chad Alexander runs over, stay in the end zone. Yeah. I thought the second kick return, I thought Chad was going to tackle him.
Yeah.
Just like, dude, just please stay in here.
What are you doing?
It doesn't, even if you think the play's still alive, you're in the end zone, just take a knee, move on. It's just a mental lapse for a kid. And yes, it's tough, but those things, they can't happen, man. Like they can't happen
to start the
in
game
a game.
Like that. Yeah.
The first possession, you're starting at your 1 yard line, you go 3 and out. It's windy, you get a bad punt from your punter who's punted more than anyone else in the nation. Second play from scrimmage, a little play action, freezes the cornerback for a second, gets beat on the vertical, and just like that, you're down 7-0. And yeah, you responded, you're up at halftime, but stop putting yourself in those holes, man. Like just the discipline, the simple things that this team should not be doing at this point in time, the personal foul penalties, extending drives, the young kid trying to catch a punt over his shoulder, like those are things that as a player, doesn't matter if you're a true freshman or you're a fifth-year senior, like everyone knows if you're punt, you don't catch a punt inside the 10-yard line unless you're told to, or if you're turning around, you yell whatever the word is, Peter, fire, whatever, and get away from the football. Yeah. Can't have those things happen.
No, and look, I'll give it to him. And Danny said they got punched in the mouth early and kind of punched themselves in their mouth. They were down early, but yet they're winning 10-7 at halftime on the road in the home of the defending champions. Now, look, those guys were beat up too. I get it. But you've got to make plays and stop beating yourself. 505-246-0610 is how to get here. Hey, Zeus, good morning to you.
Good morning, gentlemen. How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Well, I'm calling y'all from beautiful Houston, Texas. Beautiful. Yes, I flew in for Game 6 from Albuquerque, and phenomenal. First of all, it was just a great sports weekend. I mean, the Alabama LSU game, great game. And, oh, yeah, by the way, what y'all are saying, you're right. You never catch a punt in the final 10 yards. You never do it. But yeah, I'm getting ready for the parade downtown in Houston, and I'm going to bring back some haterade for all my friends that are Yankees fans back there in Albuquerque here next week. So, but I'm loving it. It's a great weekend overall, though. I mean, from NFL, college, and then of course Phillies Astros game.
Describe the atmosphere. Describe the atmosphere. Describe the atmosphere in Houston when the Astros won that championship. And I think any home crowd loves it. That home crowd. It almost feels like this one validates everything because 2017 caught so much heat. It feels like this was different.
I tell you what. So you want to talk about atmosphere? Electric. I mean, electric. Well, actually, no. Electric's not even a word. I'm just going to say it was just full throttle. Like if you didn't feel the energy or the vibe, you just don't have a heartbeat. But no, brother. I mean, from everywhere you went. And I mean, and it was a funny thing too, is you'd go down the streets downtown Houston, there's a ton of Philly fans also, because you got a lot of people that come down here for the oil companies and whatnot. But just great atmosphere, great vibe, great camaraderie. But tell you what, when Jordan hit that 450 home run straight center, holy cow.
I mean, that thing went over everything.
I was in the right field stands, and I was like, I wonder how far that's going to go.
It went over the batter's eye. I mean, it went over that whole grass batter's eye back there. It was an amazing shot.
Dude, now in day and age, it's almost like hitters are taught go. The left field stands, the right field stands. Right. Like Yankee Stadium, that short right field stand. Houston got the left field Crawford boxes, but it's like almost you pinpoint those. Just in normal games, you rarely see a straight shot to deep center. And I mean, when you hit it, I mean, it was just. That's all everybody could say is like, man, how far are they going?
It's unbelievable. Well, enjoy the parade, man. That's really cool. And it's fun to be a fan in the middle of that stuff. And I know this one was special for Houston fans because they got their one in 2017, but it was like even they had to sit around and defend it. Even though you probably didn't bang a trash can, I know you had to defend your team for the last 5 years.
I did it in jest.
All right, man. No, appreciate you checking in from Houston, man. Have fun.
Hey, right, guys. I'll see y'all next week when I'm back in Albuquerque. Y'all take care. Much love to y'all. Take care, guys.
I think that's so cool. But don't you think, JJ, like Astro fan, and I know we got one in this building and on our air, but they've had to sit there and defend it. They knew what their team did. They had to sit there and eat it and take it. And they to your point, JJ, you said nothing happened to them. They still got their rings, and so they have the ultimate prize. Yeah, but bleep you. We cheated better than you, and we have our rings, and you don't.
It's essentially that.
Yeah.
We cheated better than you because it's come out. There's other stuff that teams have been accused of doing throughout that stretch, and it doesn't make it any better. That's why I don't feel bad at all for the Astros, for the Astro fans. Like, oh, man, they proved something wrong. You didn't prove anything. You're a good baseball team that had nothing to overcome. Don't tell me that it's so hard to deal with, oh, man, people are asking me questions and they're making fun of us because you did something wrong. Like, miss me with that stuff, wine and cheese, you proved something wrong. No, you're a good baseball team that had nothing happen to you. You're lucky that nothing happened to you to affect you on the baseball field. Like, no postseason ban, no bans on the players, because all they had to do was pretend like, sorry, and then get back out there, your core, your superstar players still on the field. Like, miss me with the whole redemption story, this or that. It was a good baseball team that won a lot of games, that never had to face a penalty, and they won a World Series again.
And for fan, like that fan right there, to me,
you don't care.
No, what does he care? He didn't bang a trash can.
He doesn't have to say sorry for anything.
But he had to listen from people. To your argument right there, he had to listen to it, and there's nothing to it now on this one. There's nothing to it. This one, at least we don't think it was totally legit, and they went out and they beat teams and they won one clean. They've been back every year since, and it feels like as fun as that one probably was in 17, it feels like, and certainly to that guy, all right, you guys can stop now.
This one's better.
And you're like, we're never going to stop. No, nobody's going to stop. He's like, yeah, you can stop now. This validates it. It's over. All that crap is behind us. It's never going to be behind you, by the way. It's never going away. But you do have this one, and this one is legit, and you can sit there and pound your chest about this one.
Yeah, there's, of course, that aspect of it makes it kind of sweeter for the Astros and the Astros fans. Like, look, you make fun of us all you want. Here we are again, because it is a great organization.
That's right.
The talent that they develop, what they've done, to piece things around, with the free agency, trade acquisitions, it's amazing. And I think that's the most frustrating thing for people that still hold on to 2017 is that nothing directly happened to this team, which they had to overcome on the baseball field. It was all just, oh, fans are booing, but guess what? They got the COVID season where they didn't have to deal with fans. They didn't have to deal with anything.
That was the next.
Media members have to ask me questions post game. Oh, goodness gracious! Like, I think that's the most frustrating thing for people that hold it, like that upsets them.
You're never going to get yours.
They had it taken away. Is they just ran it back out there and continued to beat everyone up on the baseball field.
And they just did it again, and they are champions. There's going to be a big old parade in Houston, Texas today, and Jesus is going to be there. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Want your thoughts on the World Series because, it was pretty cool. When we come back, I got to give you biggest winners and losers of the weekend, don't I? We'll do that coming up next. Business owners, you get it. Computers, network, remote access are vital to how your business operates, and now hackers threaten everything about your business. ABQ IT provides state-of-the-art cybersecurity. More and more business owners realize that is a necessary part of protecting your data. ABQIT created a business model that gives you peace of mind, knowing your system is secure. They'll watch for any activity that's malicious. They'll protect your operation, keep it working efficiently, and best of all, they do it at one predictable monthly cost. So do you currently get several bills? One from the internet provider, one from cybersecurity company, another when you need new equipment? With ABQIT, there's one bill. No hourly rate, no labor billing, no hidden fees or out-of-scope charges. Your rate will be predictable and will not change. Business owners get a free assessment from ABQIT, and don't worry about your computer problems again. ABQIT, now the official IT provider of the New Mexico Raptors hockey team. Visit abq-it.com. That's abq-it.com.
Cheshire will set Chris Moore one more time. And the block did the job. Blocked by Carpenter. Kept up. Tough angle. Macias. No, it's dumped over instead by Kirkland. Cheshire. She'll set Chris Moore again. She's blocked again. Carpenter. Cheshire. Chris Moore. Another swing. This time she'll dump it over. Cheshire. She'll set in the middle for Carpenter. And she puts it away. That was the longest rally of the set, and it still goes to the Huskies. 24-14. Set point, Huskies.
But it falls right to the feet of St. Pius. Opportunity here. Vaughn. Spinaroonie. Shot. Score. 1941. Leo Vaughn gets a second.
Culpepper. He's got Cordova again, and Brody Whitaker blows that play up so fast from the edge. For Babinski shut up in a goal.
Tries to dummy it through. It's loose. Opportunity. And it worm burns in.
Cheshire will set Chris Moore. Yes! The freshman connects again.
And she scores. Stop the clock for the official.
Now looking, unloads again, right up the middle. Single coverage. Oh, what a catch! See you later. Turn off the lights. Goodbye, baby. Touchdown.
Pardon me for Lozano. This time, Culpepper, he's got a man, caught. It's again Tommy Lopez. Lopez breaks a man, and Lopez not stopped at the 3 this time. Tommy Lopez, he's got a huge touchdown.
That snap, Mariano picks it up. Great protection, going for a home run ball down the middle of the field. It's underthrown. Oh, what a catch! A catch and run for the touchdown for Tregon Williams.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough.
Sports animal. All right, so I got biggest winners and losers. We probably need to get music for this or something, do you think? Some sort of winners and losers music?
I'll think of something really good.
Okay. Opening drive, Jeff, JJ, A. Marie. Adrian's producing on ProView Networks. You can watch our show on our Facebook page, the OD and the AM, or on Comcast Channel 26. All right, JJ, so some of this was easy and some of this was tough. Biggest win of the weekend is easy for me. And I think it's easy for everybody. The biggest win of the weekend is the New York Jets. The New York Jets went and beat the Buffalo Bills, ran it down their neck, turned Josh Allen over, made him look mortal, did something that nobody else had been able to do, and validated themselves as a legitimate team in the AFC. The number one biggest winner of the weekend is easy, and it is the New York Jets. Anybody got a problem with that? All right. Number two. See, I got four teams for the other two spots. And I'm going back and forth on number two, but I'm going to go settle on number two with Tampa Bay, and because I think they salvaged their season with that one drive at the end of the game where the Rams backed off. And, I mean, why would you defend this sideline when you know Tom Brady's throwing 18-yard outs and letting him get out of bounds? And then why would
I'm loving this
why
reactions.
would you I mean why would you think they're going to run with 16 seconds to go and no timeouts, and you all go with the play fake and watch the tight end leak into the end zone for an easy Tommy toss? But it was all Tommy. So to me, the number two winner of the weekend was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because I think they salvaged their season and moved back in the first place. And I really struggled at number three, but I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs, because they now, with the Buffalo loss and turning back, it was a tough game. Tennessee played them tough yesterday. Tennessee is a team that historically has given them fits, and I understand Tennessee had a backup quarterback. But to win that game last night, to gut that out and to come from behind and get an overtime win and now become the number one seed in the AFC, I think that was a big win. So 1 is Jets, 2 is Bucks, 3 is Chiefs. Honorable mention to the Chargers, who have won 4 out of their last 5, went on the road and beat a previously first-place team in Atlanta without their top 2 receivers were the Chargers. And Seattle, who's won 4 in a row, and to win a big division game and keep it rolling. So that's where I am on the winner side. The losers, this was relatively easy. And number 1 is the Rams. I mean, they're done at 3-6, and to go in there and turn their white pants yellow down the last stretch of the game and let Tommy come down and do that. You stop him once, and then you get the ball back, and you do not play to win the game. And it was a gigantic loss for the Rams. I think going in, everybody was telling you that was kind of an elimination game. The winner's got a probable shot to make the playoffs. The loser's probably not. And the defending Super Bowl champions were horrible. Number 2 was easy, and they were number 1 until that final drive, and that's the Green Bay Packers, whose pants were already yellow. They played the Lions, who give up 100 points a game. I mean, I'm kidding, kind of. And you score, 9 points? And Aaron Rodgers, your guy, and he's throwing interceptions like that, and they've lost 5 in a row? Easy. Rams 1, Packers 2. 3 was a little bit of a contest, but it's the Raiders who continue to lose. And they go out and come from ahead again and had a 17-point lead again and lose, but not just lose. They lose to a Jaguars team who wasn't beating anybody. And they've got 2-6. Honorable mention to the Cardinals. But losers were easy this week. Rams, Packers, Raiders. You guys got any? I mean, I'm going to assume your listeners really, really close to that.
Yeah, I think too when you look at, and you mentioned honorable mention Arizona, that's just a bad football team right now. Do you know that trailing at halftime with Cliff Kingsbury as their head coach, they're 6-27-1.
6-27-1.
But he's done after this season, so it'll be interesting to see who they pair up with Kyler Murray to try to reignite that franchise. And there's a whole bunch of head scratching. The Raiders blowing their 3rd double-digit lead in a game and losing this weekend. Just, yeah. A lot of good options, but good lists.
I mean, where are you on the losers? I mean, or on the winners? It's Jets, right? It's Jets 1.
Yeah.
And then were you Chiefs or Bucks Chiefs, or were you Seattle Chargers? I mean, Jets are easy to me.
Oh yeah, Jets were easy peasy.
Bucks are in first place. Huge win. They got their Tommy Swagger back for a little while. Like that jumped to number 2, and then you could have gone Chiefs, Seattle, or Chargers 3, right?
Yeah, any of those games make a lot of sense. I think I would have. I don't think I look at the Chiefs as a big winner. Like, it was a good home game, and it's 2 good teams. I would give credit to
That's almost like a rivalry now because of the playoffs, I feel like, the last couple of years.
You got Jacksonville, you said?
Yeah, because I think if you're Kansas City, it's a really tough game, but you're also in a 3-point game at home against a team that doesn't have a quarterback.
Yeah, but that's a team that is being a bit of a nemesis, beat you in the playoffs, has got a hell of a defense that's somewhat more than anybody seems to have figured out what you do, and you got to come from behind to win, and now you're in first place. And by the way, you took over the number 1 seed, at least for now.
It was a huge victory.
Yeah. Actually, you don't have the number 1 seed. The Bills beat them, right? The Bills are the number 1 seed. The Bills still have the number 1 seed. All right, you can get in on that. I got all kinds of emails. This is actually really concerning to me. Ralph hit me from San Diego. He says, "How drunk was Sean this morning?" I said, "So drunk we haven't even heard from him yet."
We'll hear from him.
Yeah,
he's been calling later. He used to call early, but he's been calling him the 9 o'clock hour.
Ralph also said biggest winner of the weekend is Sean. Surf report, 2 high tide, wind already up, rain coming, small window around mid-morning, but set expectations low. Both Rams and Aztecs played not to lose. Worked out for San Diego State. Rams are just plain dumb to give Brady one more chance. Totally. How do you not throw the ball on 3rd and 5? You don't have a safe pass play to a tight end, to Cooper Kupp on a quick slant to get 5 yards and not give the ball back to that guy again? I don't know. I mean, you know how I feel about this. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's $3 breakfast deal. Right now at Wendy's, enjoy the $3 breakfast.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast. Animal.
Well, there's the bat signal, then there's the jet signal. Jets were the biggest winners of the week. Jets are legit. Jets are 6-3. The Jets just beat the Bills. Jets ran the ball down their neck and did it without their best running back. Jets turned Josh Allen over. Sean, you still wobbling?
Good morning, folks. How's it going?
Yeah, not as good as you. How you living?
I'm doing well. Like I said to Marie, last week I was going to look at my wounds from that Patriots loss, and I got COVID. So I'm definitely blaming the Patriots for me getting COVID.
Well, don't lick your own wounds.
Somehow, some way, it's definitely their fault. But man, we made Josh Allen look mortal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like that Jets defense.
Yeah.
I'm always skeptical of getting a rookie's jersey, but Sauce Gardner, how can you not?
I mean, how can you? Nobody's not. Everybody loves that guy. Look what they're doing, and now they're cashing in receipts, and yeah, so they lost to the Patriots. Okay, Patriots aren't horrible. They got beat. They got a little full of themselves. This more than makes up for losing the Patriots.
Absolutely. When you hold them to 2 picks, 2 rushing touchdowns, but 18 for 34, made Josh Allen look mediocre.
Yeah, well, it looked mortal. Yeah.
And Zach Wilson did enough to not cost the game. I'm still waiting for that big breakout game from Zach Wilson.
Well, and at some point you hope you'll get it because he's going to have to win a game at some point. He won yesterday. So.
Absolutely.
And your defense is legit, and you're running the ball.
Where in the schedule do you see that game coming? We've got Patriots after the bye, Bears after that.
Crazy part about it is, like week to week, you just don't know where it's coming. Does that make sense? You know, you just don't know every week where it's supposed to come from because, you know, what's a good game? This wasn't supposed to be this way. The Bears are playing way better. Like, they're going to have to – they may have to go out and score with the Bears, right? Then they get the Vikings. Vikings are a one-loss team. Then they get the Bills again. Like, at some point, he's going to have to make plays.
Yeah, December 5th is going to be an interesting call-in. I hope Marie's a little upset that day.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, she understands.
We will see.
All right, man. Enjoy it.
Nothing personal.
Enjoy it.
I
It's good to
appreciate
hear
you.
you.
I hope the game's at noon.
See you. See? Look at the Jets. Evan our
for
chief
Sean.
engineer is a Jet fan. He just sent me a note, too. Damn right the Jets are legit. All right. James, go. You got about a minute. Go.
Okay, just called to tell you guys that the craziness. I live in San Bernardino County, right, in the IE, and 2 of the quarterbacks that play this weekend, well, the top 5 quarterbacks in the country are from Southern California. You got Bryce Young, and then you got another kid, and then DJ Angele. Those are the guys you heard of in high school, right? Coming out.
Okay.
But the kid from LSU and the guy at Ohio State, these guys are from San Bernardino County, and I never even heard of them in high school. That's crazy.
And now they're ripping up the national scene. Yeah. Yeah. That's because you were
All right,
here.
guys, take care, bro.
All right, see you. That's because you were here. See, you weren't watching the San Bernardino JJ. You wasn't watching the IE football when he was in the Burke, right? We still haven't got it. We haven't got into Tennessee, Georgia yet. LSU and Alabama and getting the family together and going for 2. How about that family? Huh?
The family is alive and well.
Georgia 1, Ohio State 2, Michigan 3, TCU 4 in the CFP poll this week. Clemson got beat by Notre Dame.
Bye-bye,
Pretty
Clemson.
easy, right?
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye, Alabama. Bye-bye. Now it's going to be interesting to see where the Pac-12 teams fall.
Man, weird timing sports.
After Alabama's second loss, Tennessee beat 5. And how's the Pac-12 going to jump over that? Postseason is here for college soccer. You know the Lobos got beat in the semifinal of the Mountain West tournament. New Mexico State's women are going to the NCAA tournament for the first time in the history of their program. Rob Bartz is their coach. He'll be with us next JJ, they didn't give up a goal in the whole WAC tournament. Clean sheet, clean sheet, clean sheet. It's hard to get beat when you don't get scored upon. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, A. Marie, Adrian on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network.
Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, and JJ Buck.
Winning is fun. You get celebration, you get trophy, you get to advance, you play to win the game, right? That's what Herm Edwards told us. We've been talking about that so much this morning. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. Winning's fun, especially when you do it at a level that, well, it's never been done where you are. This weekend up in Seattle, New Mexico State's women's soccer team won their first ever conference championship. They won the WAC championship with a 1-0 victory over Utah Valley after shutting out all their competition. It was JJ clean sheet after clean sheet after clean sheet. Aggies did not give up a goal in the WAC tournament. McKenna Gottschalk, their goaltender, was named the tournament most valuable player, and now they're going to the NCAA tournament. They'll find out later today against whom they will be playing. Rob Bartz is the fifth-year coach down at New Mexico State. He's still up in Seattle. Joins us this morning. That's where the tournament was. Rob, congratulations. Good morning to you.
Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate you, man. It was quite the whirlwind, my man.
How does it talk about building this program? Because this is a young program, and you go brick by brick. And I know we always talk about it's a marathon, not a sprint, and you got to have patience. Did you think something was special this year? Because you got a club that's 13-4-3 that played well all year.
We really did. You know, we had a true belief. You know, I think one of the things that our coaching staff really focused on was a team culture. Once we got our culture on the right path, and you get that buy-in from the players, they believed. I mean, I haven't really looked and paid attention to it, but I think we may have, of our 13 wins, I think 11 might be shutouts, and we're tough to beat, man. We just don't get scored on, and when you don't get scored on, you have a great chance of winning.
Yeah, you're certainly not going to lose when you don't get scored on. Your goaltender being the MVP. Talk about what she did, and I know it's not just her; it was your whole defense, but obviously she was special.
Yeah, it really was. And the best part about Kenna is she knows that she has a solid back line in front of her. You know, I mean, if anybody watched the game or the 3 games of the WAC tournament, I mean, girls were putting their bodies on the line, blocking shots. And then you have someone like Kenna in goal that when that 1 or 2 or 3 shots do get through, she's just so athletic and so on her game that it just, honestly, it sounds crazy, but we weren't worried. She's that powerful and that strong of a keeper that it gives your whole back line confidence that if we do screw up, she's got our back. And that was kind of the mantra of the team all year.
11 of the 20 matches that New Mexico State played, the opponent did not score. He is Rob Bartz, New Mexico State's soccer coach. They're going to the NCAA tournament. He's with us on the opening drive.
Rob, where does that mindset come from a team that, you give them some shot attempts, some of those shots are getting on goal, but they never flinch. And it's really evident, too, when you look at the tournament. You're winning in overtime, you're scoring late goals, but just that mindset to keep grinding, bend but don't break. Where did that come from your team?
Honestly, just training hard. I mean, our girls literally come to training knowing that it's time to work, and we're a blue collar team. There's no doubt about it. We have some special players, but we're a blue collar team, and we know who we are. And I think a lot of times people want to be something they're not, and that's when they struggle. We know exactly who we are, and we are resilient, tough team to beat. I would imagine most teams that we've played, if they were asked who we are, they would say they're just tough to beat. And, you know, I think it's the other part of that is when you're tough to beat and you only have to score 1 goal, it takes so much pressure off your forwards. You know, they know they have to just get 1 goal. It makes a big difference.
And you look at, especially in the WAC tournament, you got a goal in the first overtime, a 98th minute goal. You got an 85th minute goal to get you the championship game, and then scoring right before halftime. Not just the late goals, but for you, that momentum that you're able to carry into half, just game-changing goals late and then right before halftime. How did your team handle that, and what kind of pressure does that put on an opponent?
It puts all the pressure on the opponent. One of the things that we've always talked about is first 5 and last 5. The first 5 minutes of the game and the last 5 minutes of each half and game. Those are the times that you have to raise the bar. It's when teams, you go stat by stat, most teams get scored on late in half, early half, they're not ready, or they let down, and those are the moments that we raise. And it's truly been a special time for us to score because we've done it multiple times at late moments of half and games, and it's definitely behooved us well.
Rob Bartz, the head coach of Aggie women's soccer. Aggies are going to the NCAA tournament for the first time in their program's history. Rob, what's it mean for the soccer program, for the athletic program? Because I mean, you've been down there 5 years now. You got a pretty good feel of where that program is, what's going on. What does this mean for the entire program?
I mean, it's everything. I mean, I think, when I took the job 5 years ago and, had conversations with Mario, we fully believed that you could win there. I mean, we have a phenomenal athletics facility. We have phenomenal athletic department. The support is fantastic. I think the community is amazing. I mean, I'm not even kidding you. I can tell a lie when I say I had 200 texts last night after the game from just the community, from everybody around. And I don't even think our girls understand how much it means to the community and our school. And I think it's, what a special moment to be the first in anything that you do. And, going to the tournament is a very exciting moment for our girls. And I'm kind of incredibly excited to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, no, I always think about when it's the first time ever for a program, there can be that we're happy to be here thing, and then how do you get over that and get to business? You're going to find out later today where you're going, against whom you're playing, and then okay, this is really cool, first time ever, never happened, celebrate, yay for us. Oh damn, we got work to do.
Yeah, it's a fact. I think a lot of people let down at this moment. One of the things that we always talk about is one game at a time. I let them celebrate last night, and when they get up today, it's the next game. And when we find out who that is, that's our focus. And it's one game focus. And you go from that game to one game focus. And we talked about it all year. We're not going to talk about the WAC championship. We're going to talk about the next game. And the girls did. They just one game at a time, one game at a time, one game at a time, boom, WAC champion. So we're going to keep that mentality all the way through the tournament and see what happens.
Rob, who influenced you in your career as a player, then as a coach, to set yourself up to be able to handle a situation like this? It's not easy, building a soccer program at New Mexico State, but then be able to impart that on your team.
That's the easiest question in the world. My mentor is Clive Charles. He's a ex-professional. He was my college coach at University of Portland. He just was an incredible human coach, taught a lot of us everything we know about life, coaching, whatever it is. He was, super special with the national team coach. He brought in Casey Keller. It just was Steve Sharundalo, who just won the MLS Cup, went to University of Portland under Clive Charles. He's just a huge mentor in my life. Unfortunately, he passed away, but his legacy lives through all of us that he coached, and every one of us that coach now think about him every time we win.
Yeah, that's big. All right, lastly, how do you're going to go to the tournament, and I got to believe this is a huge boost for your program as you change conferences now, going to Conference USA and all the excitement there is around the whole athletic program. And yeah, I'm looking at who's staying in that league and who's going to be in that league. That's going to be tough going forward. This has got to be really nice momentum to take going into that league, and then on the recruiting trail.
There's no question about it. You can't write this any better to leave the WAC with a WAC championship. It's to be fair, UVU was the very last team that we actually hadn't beaten yet, and so beating them in the WAC championship game made it, for me personally, that much more special. That it was, we completed everything we had to do in the WAC, and now it's time to move on. Let's go see what Conference USA has for us, and see if we can go run that table.
Yeah. All right. Well, next up, the NCAA tournament we'll be watching today, and I know you will too. And next up is the NCAA tournament, first time ever for New Mexico State, and Rob Bartz is the head coach of that team that went out and got it done. Hadn't given up a goal. They've won 7 in a row, 9 of their last 10, and taken it into the NCAA tournament. Rob, congratulations. Appreciate the conversation this morning.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
All right. Be well. Rob Bartz, the head coach. It's a big deal, man. Look, you follow college women's soccer much more closely than most, and you know how hard it is. And we've heard Heather Dyke, the coach at UNM, say, not always does the best team win. They've won 7 in a row. They won 9 out of 10. They're 13-4-3. 2 of their losses this year, one was to Oregon, one was to Texas A&M. Big power schools. He's put together a hell of a program down there.
Unbelievable season for New Mexico State. And you look at the way they're winning games, that's their style. It's not just oh, we're lucky to be here. No, they know the way they want to play, how they want to defend, put enough pressure on opponents, and everything he said, the first 5 and the last 5, they won the tournament. Now, they went into overtime in game 1, scored a 98th-minute goal, but they scored in the final 5 minutes of their second game. They scored in the final 5 minutes of the first half in the championship game. They understand their identity, and they execute it.
And they're going to the NCAA tournament. All right, when we come back, we can open it wide open to the NFL. I've got all kinds of correspondence from you on the text line and the email. World Series champs are having a parade today. The NFL was great. We haven't even gotten into what LSU did. You know they shook the ground? Like literally seismically shook the ground. I'm going to explain that to you next, too. It's the opening drive at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Telling it like it is.
But end of the first.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
505-246-0610. Emails Jeff or JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Text line started off bright and early this morning. So much for somebody's pick for NFC Championship. Who picked Packers and Rams? I don't think I did.
He's talking about me, first of all.
Okay.
I had them going back to the playoffs. I don't think that was a unreasonable pick before this mess.
All right, so much for someone's pick. NFC Championship matchup, Packers versus Rams. How about Vikings versus Eagles?
I mean, I could see that too, but I don't think Rams or Packers in August was a awful pick.
Yeah, I would never pick the Rams this year. You did, though, right? Okay.
Yeah, I just thought they'd go back to the playoffs. I didn't think, they did win the Super Bowl.
That. Yeah, I did think that.
But, week 9, I didn't think the Seahawks would be number 1 in the division. Yeah, I didn't think a lot of things. I didn't think the Jets would be second in their division.
Falcons would be tied with the Patriots with losing records.
Yeah, Tom Brady under 500. I mean,
well, on the Rams, look. The more I think about it, I Sean McVay, boy genius. Well, we got to do something differently. Really, man? Really? Like you stop Tom Brady once and then you get the ball back and let's just run it 3 times because what the guy wearing number 12 used to be Tom Brady? He's not Tom Brady. Well, I mean, never mind. That used to be Tom Brady, but it's not anymore. Let's give him another chance to jam it up our backside. How about that? I mean, let's give him 44 seconds and no timeouts and make it look even more believable. Unfreaking stupidly believable. Disgusting yesterday. Oh, and by the way, he's got no timeouts, so he's going to have to work the sideline. So, yeah, let's not guard the sideline. Let's keep giving him 15, 18-yard outs. And then with 16 seconds to go and no timeouts, let's play the run because they're probably going to run. Let's go with the play fake and everybody follow the running back and leave the tight end who's leaking out wide open, which is the play he's made his life on. What on earth? Mike Evans, it says, didn't help Tom out. How many drops does he have and the other Bucs receiver had? Yeah, they had a bunch of drops, man. All right, this one says, okay, the wind and rain is why we lost. He's talking about Danny Gonzalez. Danny was with us. Talk about the Lobos. I guess both teams weren't dealing with the weather, only the Lobos. Got it. Can't possibly be coaches who can't recruit or have zero clue on offense. It was the weather. Jordan Porter situation, eerily similar to Terry Wilson last season, don't you think? I hadn't thought of it in those terms. Is the Jordan Porter situation similar to Terry Wilson last year? Just kind of got hurt, never came back, highly touted. Haven't seen him since. A little bit.
It is.
Yeah.
And the wind plays a factor when it's that bad, but Utah State, whether it was with or without the wind, still scored points in the second half.
That's right.
No one wants to hear that.
And what he was saying about the wind, and this is, I mean, it did completely shift going into the fourth quarter. They played it so they would have it in the fourth, and it completely shifted on them. Now, do they win that game if it doesn't? I don't know that I think they do. I mean, what makes you think they're moving the football? They just weren't. Marty, good morning.
Easy, Jeff. Easy on those Rams. Remember, Von Miller used to play for the Rams.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, and, maybe so Danny Gonzalez can use wind turbines to practice on holidays instead of squirt water bottles.
Yeah, that's fair.
You remember, you used to have a top 10 list.
Did I?
Well, there was a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Before COVID, you guys used to have a top 10 list every Monday.
All right.
So I got one.
All right.
And let's see what you guys like here. So started out number 1, best team with beards and long hair, Phillies.
No, certainly. Yeah, at least this side of hockey. Yeah.
Best college game, LSU,
No
Alabama.
doubt. No doubt.
Best, darkest uniforms, I saw them this weekend, the Commanders.
Ooh, those were nice. All right, I'll give you.
Yeah, they were dark.
You're on a little roll. Yeah.
Worst special teams, Lobos.
Easy.
Best baseball plays, Astros. Bergman at third, the center fielder off the chain link fence.
Yep.
And Mancini at first. Best upset wins. Lions beat the Packers. Notre Dame beat Clemson. Best joke, Lady Lobos Soccer. 9, and you guys haven't mentioned them all morning. Best offensive game, Mixon 5 TDs.
Yeah. It was such a rout.
JJ did.
Yeah, we did, and then we did. You did too, because you said you played against him. So we did mention.
Okay, number 10, the last one, and this is for Anna Marie. Most excuses for losing a game, Danny Gonzalez.
All right. Thank you for the
All right.
list. Thanks, Marty. That was good. That was a good David Letterman by Marty.
Good segment.
And Anna Marie.
Anna Marie.
Biggest choke?
So-
you buying the biggest choke?
What was the biggest choke again?
Lobo women's soccer. Was that a choke?
No, I don't think they choked. Like it's,
Losing in a shootout. It's hard for me to say choke when you lose it. I mean, I don't know.
dude, they're not running from it. They're not making excuses. They know how much that hurt to lose like that on the home field.
Yeah.
In the semifinals. No one's running from that. And by the way, they've won championships, so I don't know why. Like, you can say this was disappointing for the women's soccer team to lose like that on your home field, not scoring a goal. But where's all this, like, vitriol, like, shot taking coming at women's soccer this week, coming from people that don't care about it and now want to take their shots when they played the worst game at home that they've played over the last 3 seasons?
That's how soccer is, though, right? Nobody gives a damn. We don't ever get soccer talk about a play. I don't care if it was Lobo men's soccer, whether it's women's soccer, whether it's United. But the people who can remember men's soccer went away, and all of a sudden they were the most. Everybody came out and yelled and screamed about it because like they gave a damn. But they never gave a damn. Nobody went to the games. Nobody cared. I mean, to me, is this any different?
It's unbelievable. Like, no one's running from that. I was standing there on the sidelines watching that team, the pain, the disappointment. Like, yeah, it was really unfortunate. But the people coming after that team, coming after Heather Dyke when they've got championships, they've got NCAA tournament wins, makes zero sense for how hard they're going after them.
That's why I asked you the question. Every loss to me isn't a choke. Every loss, even if you're the higher seed, isn't a choke. I mean, maybe to other people it is. I think choke is one of those sports terms where there's a broader definition, right? How do you define a choke? Was it a comeback? Was it a collapse, right? But, I mean, they lost in a shootout to, by the way, a team they shared the league championship with, right?
Yes.
Okay. It's not like
team that went on to beat Wyoming in a shootout.
That won the conference tournament championship that they shared a league regular season championship with. That it's not like they were. This is the Seattle Supersonics losing to Dikembe Mutombo, the 1-8 game, right? I struggle with that word sometimes. I know you were going to say something. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, I
well past that topic.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll get back to Marty's shenanigans at another time.
Here's a guy who never would overreact to a play or a game. Hello, Edward.
Well, top of the morning to you. Hey, Overreaction Monday. I don't know what they're paying Brian Kelly, but he earned every dime this past weekend with his fake Southern drawl to beat Alabama. I give the guy credit, right? Whatever maybe it's $100 million over the next few years. You know, Tennessee, I was really rooting for Tennessee. They put up 52 on Alabama. Mm-hmm. Guys, they couldn't get first downs against Georgia. I know they scored late. They couldn't muster up first downs against the University of Georgia. I think we're going to see an Ohio State-Georgia national championship game. There's a lot to happen. Maybe Michigan has a say in it. But, boy, Georgia, they don't mess around. When I was young, reading books about sports in the late 70s, early 80s, I remember reading about Fran Tarkenton, who I think had 47,000 yards. And I was like, that's amazing. 5'10" 3-time Super Bowl, participant, Fran Tarkenton. Thomas Edward Brady has 100,000 passing yards. And I know the game has changed, right? And they're all great. Players from every generation are great. He's going to throw for probably 120,000. It's just ridiculous. It's crazy. Jeff, I feel your pain. I called yesterday's game between the Rams and and the Buccaneers a knockout game. And I don't think the Rams, and I told you beginning of the season, before the season started, is it more probable that the Rams get back to the Super Bowl or they miss the playoffs? And I said, I think they're going to miss the playoffs. And it's not looking good, right? So it happens. It's a short run in the NFL. It's a short window, which throws even more emphasis on the 20-year run the Patriots had to have sustainable success. Boy, Rodgers, that's a bad, bad loss. And it may be curtains for them as well. But last night, that was a great game. The Titans had a good game plan. They didn't lose that game with the greatness of Mahomes. They lost that game when they were up 8 at the Chiefs 40, and they needed one more first down to kick a field goal to go up 11. And their play calling just went abysmal, and you have to close games. You have to close games, or Mahomes, who's the best player in the league, is going to kill you, and that's what's going to happen. And the Bills, I know we were all celebrating them. Congratulations to the Jets, and it's amazing, a good win. You just have to, I don't know, week to week. My gosh, and the Patriots are terrible, and they have 5 wins.
They're not terrible.
They are terrible.
They're not terrible. No, they're not. They're not. And don't count out the Bills because of one loss to the Jets.
Agreed.
Last year, was it the Bengals, JJ, who went to the Super Bowl, lost to the Jets, lost to some really, really bad teams, and went to the Super Bowl. Like, I with all due respect, I am not counting the Bills out. They're still my favorite, them in Kansas City, because they lost in Week 9 to the Jets by 3 points.
Let me tell you one thing. If the Cincinnati Bengals can get number 73, who I believe is an Alabama grad, their right tackle, to get any semblance of blocking, Cincinnati is going to make noise in the playoffs because their quarterback is the reincarnation of Joe Montana. When I watch Burrows play, I see Joe Montana, and it's amazing what he's doing. So it's fun. Had a great weekend. Yeah. Lobos, I'm rooting for you guys, man, but I watched the opening series on a simple play-action play. Their defense allowed a guy to run downfield uncovered by 15 to 20 yards for a touchdown, and I'm like, that just can't happen. It happens, but it can't happen. But I'm rooting for them, and I'm hoping they make incremental progress. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, and then they bounced back from that. They were up 10-7 at halftime. I thought they took that punch early. Let me give you some on the LSU.
Glad he watched the play.
Yeah, he watched a play. He did watch the opening play. LSU fans, according to the LSU Science seismograph, shook the earth. So at 10:03 p.m. Central Time on Saturday night, LSU scored that touchdown in overtime. 10:06, the Tigers scored a game-winning 2-point conversions. And both of those moments, JJ, registered on the seismograph. And it's crazy to look at the meter and just how the earth actually shook. But it's pretty crazy. I did get
As
this.
It should have.
Yeah, no doubt.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah.
The statement made by LSU beating Alabama. Brian Kelly, so easy to laugh at. It is incredible what he has done this year at LSU. Goes to overtime. He's like, you know what? We're going for 2. Let's go. All about the family. Got it done.
What's the one game they lost? Was it the opener?
They lost 2 games.
LSU did? Yeah. Did they lose the opener to Florida State, or did Florida State?
It
Yes.
was a Florida game.
Did they go for one?
Blocked the game tie and extra point.
That's what it was. They blocked the extra point, right? So it's extra points. I got an email from Lobo Hobo. He said LSU is pretty good. And Jeff, Lobo football only gave up 6 more points to Chip Kelly. It's Brian Kelly, but he said Chip to make it funny. Gave up 6 more points than mighty Alabama. That's how good the Lobos are. They're almost as good as Alabama.
That's funny.
Yeah. Comparative scores. See? It all makes sense. I'll hit your emails when we get back. 505-246-0610. It is opening night for hoopsketball, too. Lobo basketball. Men play Southern Utah in the pit. Ladies are on the road to play Southern Utah here on the radio. And the Aggies are home for New Mexico Highlands. It's all happening today. It's a state holiday here. On 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
Thursday Night Football is prime time and streaming on Prime.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
All right, you get Monday Night Football tonight. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens and Andy Dalton and the New Orleans Football Saints?
Yes.
Here on the radio, it will be Lobo women's basketball. BB Juck will have the call from St. Where are you? Cedar City, George, St. Utah.
Where am I?
Cedar City, Jeff.
Cedar City? Cedar
City.
I promise you that Marriott smells better than this place today.
It reminds me of home though, because it's a nice high wind warning day here in Cedar City.
Yeah.
So beautiful, 40 degrees and high wind.
Beautiful. All right, Lobo women's basketball there tonight on the Sports Animal. Lobo men will be over on News Radio KKOB. They open up against Southern Utah as well. They're going to be in the pit. Aggies down south open up against New Mexico Highlands University. And so it's kind of a national, or at least a statewide holiday here is the beginning
so exciting
of college basketball in our state. All right, you've been sending a bunch of emails. I probably haven't read very many of them, so I will get to it. I already read you that one, didn't I, about the Vikings stealing a game. Ron said, Ram it hot take. Jeff, I think Stafford's more tired and banged up than the Rams are letting on. Okay, Stafford looks so. Here's one. degree of regression in quarterback play from last year to this year. Rodgers, Stafford, Brady, rate it. Like who's regressed the most? I mean, they all look horrible, don't they?
Yeah.
It's not easy.
It's not, because when you look at this for Matthew Stafford, I think he's a little beat up. The elbow issue is real when you don't throw the football all summer long. Then I think that you have to adjust to that as a team, and utilize your running backs better, utilize your passing game overall. There's been zero development in that passing game with Matthew Stafford outside of Cooper Kupp, and that falls on him and Sean McVay. I think Aaron Rodgers, talent-wise, still has it, but he's been a disaster overall. And again, Matt LaFleur, adjusting your offense. They did not do that this season. And Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, I think ultimately, we can talk about the line play and it not being great at times, but that's been the hardest one to figure out. How they haven't been explosive, how they're going 3 and out as many times as they did, to especially start that game against the Rams, because Rams still have defensive talent. Like it's not a team that doesn't have any talent on either side of the football. But I think the biggest thing is just how much the Tampa Bay offense has regressed overall, because you're sitting there going, all right, Tom Brady looks the part. It's not like, oh, man, he can't make those throws. Oh, he's not getting the football down the field. You have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Lenny Fournette, and you're not able to create anything. I think that's the most frustrating thing.
All right, breaking news, National Football League.
Oh, boy.
Your team-in-law has fired their coach, Frank Reich.
Wait, really?
Adam
Wow.
Schefter reporting Frank
Yeah.
Reich.
It's Kyle's birthday, too. This is the best news.
Really?
You're celebrating a man and his family out of work. And
Oh, my
Look at you.
gosh.
How's the man going to eat?
Oh, my gosh. How much is he leaving with? I'm so sorry, but Kyle wanted this to happen.
According to Adam Schefter, Frank Reich out as head coach of the Indianapolis Colts. Wow. Frank Reich been fired. That's surprising you?
Absolutely. It surprises me right now. What do you expect when you put Sam Ehlinger out there?
They scored 3 points against the Patriots and turned the ball over all day.
Your offense is already a disaster. What were your expectations? Like, he was going to turn it around with this kid out of Texas? Like, I really don't know what Jim Irsay thought about this team this season. I think it was the wrong decision to adamantly state so firmly that Matt Ryan was never going to come back to play quarterback. Like, that team has a whole bunch of issues. But what they're doing, making that decision about Matt Ryan, making that decision about Frank Reich, they are restarting everything in Indianapolis.
All right, so on Kyle's birthday, he gets the present he wants. Kyle happens to be A. Marie's husband. That's his team, and he's out. So you...
I don't know if I've ever seen Amory so excited.
I honestly, did you? And
Ever,
you didn't even see
except
it. Oh, you
in that
did,
moment.
huh? You did.
I was just in shock, to be
So,
honest.
you
'cause
hadn't
we were
seen that news
joking
yet?
about this morning. No, actually, I'm so. And of course, now my phone's blowing up. Like, right when you said it, I was like, "Why is everyone texting me?" Yeah.
So you're
That
good
was
with
funny.
this, obviously.
Oh, okay. So
Beyond good, obviously.
it's my husband's birthday, and
Yeah.
we were joking about like what he wants for his birthday, and that was on the list besides winning the Powerball tonight because it's worth like $2 billion.
Yeah.
So everyone go buy their Powerball tickets. So
Has this been a Frank Reich problem, though? When you make the decision to say Matt Ryan can never come back, and they've been worse without Matt Ryan at
He
quarterback?
made the decision, right?
Yeah, but why? Like, where's that coming
Because
down from?
Ryan was horrible.
No. Horrible is watching Sam Ehlinger play quarterback, Jeff.
Yeah, no, that's
Matt Ryan won
that's really
football
bad too.
games for them.
Yeah, look, I don't know. To your point, where did that decision come from? Whose decision was it to get Matt Ryan? Whose decision was it to get Carson Wentz? And if in fact it was your head coach's decision to do both of those disasters and then say, all right, let's try to save it with with Sam Ehlinger, and you are where you are with a team that really thought that they had a chance to go to the Super Bowl this year, it's kind of where this ends up. So he took the hit.
Yeah, as he does as a head coach. It feels like that his decision the decision to bench Matt Ryan came from above him.
Yeah.
This wasn't
And
just
then-
this year too; it was last year.
Now you're looking at a team. By the way, Jonathan Taylor didn't play again this weekend.
That's right.
Out.
And
Hurt.
Naheem,
He's hurt.
And Naheem Hines is gone.
With that ankle injury.
And then your new guy hurt himself.
This is a
Deion
complete
Jackson.
reset.
Yep, totally.
Rod wants to know Utah State equals flight line, Jefferson. Who made the most electrifying move turning for home? I had to temper my excitement since this was playing against Lobo football. That's not. Somebody else asked me. I thought this was the one. Somebody asked why you're in Utah playing this game there and not paying Southern Utah to come to the pit. I mean, you got to play a few games away from the pit, don't you? Women's basketball tonight.
Yes.
Yeah. No, this is it. What James wants to know, why are they playing there? If you're going to go on the road, play a real team. He said you better not lose this game tonight, JJ. Otherwise, the Thunderbirds give them a few bucks and beat them up on them in Wise Pies. I mean, at some point, you got to go play a road game, don't you?
There's a couple road games that you look at the schedule and go, why are you playing that game? Because you can't play every game at home.
That's right. All right, your reaction to Frank Reich getting fired. I still got a bunch more emails for you. The phones are ringing at 505-246-0610. Thanks for being with us on a Monday morning on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This is Boomer Science with the CBS Sports Minute.
Cheshire will set Chris Moore one more time. And the block did the job. Blocked by Carpenter. Kept up. Tough angle. Macias. No, it's dumped over instead by Kirkland. Cheshire. She'll set Chris Moore again. She's blocked again. Carpenter. Cheshire. Chris Moore. Another swing. This time she'll dump it over. Cheshire. She'll set in the middle for Carpenter. And she puts it away. That was the longest rally of the set, and it still goes to the Huskies. 24-14. Set point. Huskies.
But it falls right to the feet of St. Pius. Opportunity here. Vaughn. Spinaroonie. Shot. Score! 1941. Leo Vaughn gets a second.
Culpepper. He's got Cordova again. And Brody Whitaker blows that play up. So fast from the edge. For Babinski shut up in a goal.
Devaney tries to dummy it through. It's loose. Opportunity. And it worm burns in.
Cheshire will set Chris Moore. Yes! The freshman connects again.
Good job playing forward. Out in front. Okay, Rayner with the shots. We have another opportunity here. Casey Crowley, she's behind the goalkeeper. Out in front and goal! Okay, Rayner. She fights and she fights and she fights and she scores. Stop the clock for the official.
Looking, unloads again, right up the middle. Single coverage. Oh, what a catch! See you later. Turn off the lights. Goodbye, baby. Touchdown. Ram. Pardon me for Lozano. This time, Culpepper. He's got a man. Caught. It's again Tommy Lopez. Lopez breaks a man. And Lopez not stopped at the three this time. Tommy Lopez. He's got a huge touchdown.
That snap. Mariano picked it up. Great protection. Going for a home run ball down the middle of the field. It's underthrown. Oh, what a catch! A catch and run for the touchdown for Trevon Williams.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Not just Frank Reich getting fired by the Colts. Dan Patrick evidently has broken this news, and now it's on the Mountain West Wire. It's on gamehouse.com. Dan Patrick, JJ, this morning said San Diego State is expected to join the Pac-12. The announcement could be made as early as this week. He didn't cite his sources. And every report that I see now that is saying it is citing the Dan Patrick Show as the source. But this morning, Dan Patrick said that his sources are telling him that San Diego State will join the Pac-12, and that is expected to be announced later this week.
Okay.
Pretty big.
We'll see.
You're right. We'll see. I don't think this is a surprise if it happens. Now, did you kind of get a feeling that this was going to happen one way or the other? Like not if, but when?
No, I did not feel that way at all.
Okay, I kind of did. And so, that's where this is going right now. So that's according to the Dan Patrick Show. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Emails, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Terry, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. A little Rock Chalk KU going bowling. You saw the distinctual KU tearing down goalposts, taking them off to the lake, and then you had Alabama fans thinking they got the worst coaching staff and their players don't care because they've lost 2 games in the same year. But again, I will start early off. Thank you, Jeff, for all the work you do with your bowl. It means a lot to kids. My son was on the verge. They'd won 5 games as a freshman, didn't get to 6. Yeah. But it is all the hard work you guys put in for it. It does mean a lot to the kids. For all the people that call in saying there's too many bowls, they have a right to be cynical and just moronic, as I would put it, but they have the right to say what they want. TCU, I'm sure they'll be penalized again this week because, geez, they won, but they were losing during the game, so I'm sure the committee will try to put everybody else ahead of them. I still revert back to the 8 or 10 years ago being the 110% of people who are watching instead of Georgia. Tennessee, Tim Brano was going on as the announcer of the time TCU was ranked 3rd going into the next to last week and dropped to 6th, even though they won 55-3. So I kind of wish them the well from what has happened to them in the past. A. Marie, very excited. Kyle, what a birthday present. Some young men want something different, but I guess he got what he wanted. His coach fired, so it should be a good day in their household. So you guys have a wonderful day. Always appreciate the show. Take care and be safe.
See you.
Bye-bye.
That was so funny.
That is a lot. All right, so 2 breaking stories this morning. Frank Reich's out at Indianapolis, and Dan Patrick reporting that San Diego State's leaving the Mountain West and going to the Pac-12. Grady's in. Yeah.
Let's say it's the Pac-12 is denying that report.
So is the Pac-12 denying it right now?
Yeah, Nicole Auerbach from The Athletic said the report about the Pac-12 announcing addition of SDSU as soon as this week situation, or a source close to The Athletic says that is an inaccurate report, as the Pac-12 will do its media deal first before any conference expansion.
Okay. Again, that kind of
that's really out there. Because all right, San Diego State and who? So you're going to 11 teams?
Is 11 an unworkable number? Does it have to be?
No, but
even?
that's just so random that they don't have their media deal done. They're doing a negotiation, and they're like, oh, but we're going to bring in San Diego State right now.
Yeah, I thought the timing was odd, but it doesn't blow my mind. It just does. It doesn't blow my mind on it. All right, Hoser. Good morning.
Hey man, this college movement, I get it. I know why it's happening. It just sucks, because going back all the way back to TCU, Utah, it just hurts the league, and so hopefully the Mountain West has something to counter these moves, but I just hate to see it just for the league, because I think we were on to something years ago, but I understand the landscape, and that's what happens. Real quick, over the weekend, the World Series, when Alvarez hit that home run and I was watching, I could swear my TV was shaking, boys. I was like, wow, it was. I just could imagine what it was like to be there and hear that rumble, and you just knew it. It was such a neat feeling. And so I'm happy for them, happy for Dusty Baker. And excited for Lobo basketball tonight, first one in the pit. So let's see how they come together.
All right, that'll be tonight. Have fun out there.
All right,
See
bye.
you. All right, let me read to you. Dynasty, says Grady. Always winners of the OD and the AM. I'd like to submit my biggest winner of the weekend and ask for the Dynasty application as well. Pecos Panthers boys cross-country team won back-to-back state titles this past Saturday at the beautiful Albuquerque Academy campus. They beat Albuquerque's Oak Grove Academy by 1 point, 65-64. Teams were tied at 64, and the tiebreaker came down to our sixth-place runner, Junior Lawrence Ragland, ran a PR and came in just ahead of their sixth runner. I know there will be snickers after this next statement, except for my guy getting stiggy with it, but that was as dramatic a high school cross-country finish as I've ever seen. Regarding the Dynasty application, that was the Panther boys' 5th and 8th season, including a three-peat from 15 to 17 and back-to-back this year. During those 8 seasons, their worst finish at state was 6th. 2020 bookended by 2nd and 3rd finishes, respectively. Panther boys basketball gets all the pub and hype, but they have some catching up to do if they want to be mentioned in the same sentence as the cross-country squad. Keep me posted on that Dynasty application, celebrating New Mexico basketball kickoff day. Grady in Santa Fe, by way of the Chili Village up north. I saw where he sent a tweet to Bethany Miller from Channel 7.
Oh, yes, he did.
I guess she said Los Alamos was a dynasty, and they are. Their girls beat the Academy 37-31 by 6 points. But she didn't mention Pecos, and Grady took a little exception to that.
He also was digging at the Alabama thing towards Bethany.
Oh, is she an Alabama girl?
Yeah, she went to Alabama.
Yeah, so I didn't see that part of it.
It was funny.
I saw him taking his shot at her.
It was funny.
Yep. All right. I'm not getting into this one. I'm not getting into that one.
I saw them, by the way. Are you looking at the text line?
Am I looking at what?
The text line?
No, I haven't been there in a minute.
Yeah, people are sassy.
We go back over there.
Sassy Monday. That's what I like, though. Even from you, Jeff. I love the passion you brought this morning.
Hackett didn't piss me off this weekend, so
See that? Well, you had a bye week. See, there you go.
It's a bye week.
See, it's not just my team-in-law. Some people just don't like their coaches and want to get rid of them.
Fran targeted at 47,003 yards.
That's
Thank you.
So random.
Well, Edward said he had whatever yards he had.
Oh.
You asked my reaction to the Indianapolis Colts firing their head coach. Couldn't care less. The team is bad, doesn't deserve the attention. Okay. This one says, look for the Mountain West to replace San Diego State with UTEP. Do you think that's right? If San Diego State leaves, do you think they replace him with UTEP?
I would like them to replace him with a school that has a beach.
Because it's where you're going. JJ's like, damn, dude, I just started doing this gig, and now they're taking San Diego out of my routine.
I think that'd be cool. Like, you guys got a beach available? All right, you can come to Mountain West.
I mean, is Long Beach State available? Can they start up football again? What about UC San Diego? How about UC Santa Barbara? That'd be a good one.
Ooh, Santa Barbara's beautiful.
Yeah, and UC campus is right on the water. I mean, that'd be a good one for you, JJ.
I'd like it.
Don't take away from Cedar City.
How's their beach?
Well,
what are you going to eat today, JJ?
There's a Golden Corral across the street.
Oh, man.
Don't.
But, okay, go to a Sizzler.
Don't.
It's about
they even exist?
Dude, there's still some randomly, just because
There's still Sizzlers around.
Yeah.
You can
go buy your Powerball tickets, go vote.
Are you
go
really
to
going to do
Golden Corral.
Don't do Golden Corral. Because then it's going to be like middle of the second quarter. You're going to go, oh, I did Golden Corral. I can't go anywhere.
It's about a 20-minute walk, though, to get to the restaurant area.
Yeah.
And it's really windy, so we'll figure it out. I'll be okay. I'll be ready to go. 6 o'clock pregame.
Let's go, Lobos.
Listen to JJ on this here radio station at 6 o'clock. Thank you to Danny Gonzalez and Rob Bartz. They both guested on our show today. Jim Rome's show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowards after that. 2 Men On comes your way at 4 o'clock, and then JJ will crack the mic from Cedar City, Utah. Lobo women's basketball tips off tonight against Southern Utah. Lobo men's basketball over on News Radio KKOB, 7 o'clock tonight over there as well. JJ, safe travels. Have a great call. Adrian, great work on TV side. Marie, congratulations on your husband's birthday gift.
I'll keep you.
I mean, nothing sounds
Sorry,
like it
that
could
was
be better.
So funny.
I'll bet your reaction won't
Thank
even
you.
be nearly as
That was
good as
so
if you win
funny.
the lottery.
That was so funny.
All right, be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll see you tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following
I
sponsors
served in the
for making
military,
this
then in law
broadcast
enforcement.
possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.